everybody, it's me, Herbert Donald, and welcome to 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. Today, the heroes themselves have actually journeyed far from the desert land and arrived at the ancient tomb where the warlock Thermidor knows about, and even the cleric that have flipped himself left and right, up and down, looking around that knows and particular temple called the abandoned temple of Kakikubengkok. And previously, before this, Adis met Petra Nikos at the docks and actually brought her to the tavern to actually give her some job, where she was actually working as a prostitute or a whore in one of the lands, far from where she actually left, because she actually refused to remember the days where she actually worked as one and decided to actually travel to the Port Panas and even to Matahari to work as a bard. And it was then, hours before that, Formido actually met a beautiful lady known as Deidra that actually brought him towards the city of Matahari, where he would actually meet or find what he seeks, which would actually fulfill his current criteria, which many do not know what it is. And it was then that Carlos and also Ezekiel, the cleric and artificer, also arrived at the docks of Matahari. And the best place that they actually wanted to find or more or seek information was the tavern, or perhaps the only best tavern at Matahari. They traveled there and meet the rest, Adis, Petra, and Formido. But it was not because of the tavern that they actually met, because meeting that in the tavern where adventurers started to meet each other left and right and started to know each other immediately is so cliche. But it was here that a certain merchant actually required the help of Adis to seek out a certain item, or perhaps what he wanted to find. But other than that, there was some unknown phenomenon further to the northeast of Matahari, which has caused a stir to the local populace of Matahari, where a certain energy, which bears a resemblance of green, orange, and yellow, was seen at midnight and only at midnight, but vanished mysteriously after that. And Ezekiel asked the rest of his newfound friends to actually journey further to the north to find this mysterious tomb, which was not been unnerved or disturbed until some time. And the heroes actually arrived days later at the front door of this ancient tomb, with a dead creature and a skeleton right in front of them that might have been dead perhaps months or years. And starting from Formador, from right to left, from Formador to Carlos. All right, Formador, what do you want to do? You see the ancient door right in front of you here, the staircase actually leading to it. The skeletal remains here seem to indicate a certain type of creature. You can roll for nature for that.
After our day's trekking, Formido is indeed going to be curious as to why there's bones of a creature so close to this door. Usually most things would have been picked clean, but why is this one so close to the door?
When you look at it, you're unsure what skeletal remains this is, but the beast seems like a large or a huge creature. Why it is dead right in front of this door, you're unsure. There's something here, you felt it. You felt the magical energy the closer you actually head towards skeletal remains and the door.
Be very careful here. This place is seeped with magic, and I've no clue what killed this great beast.
Does the bones remains look really old, Herb?
Okay. You can actually roll for nature or investigation, your choice. Nature is to check what creature it is. Investigation to see how old has it been dead how long it died. You can get closer to the skeletal remains. If you were to stand here, you will have some sort of disadvantage rule, but if you were to stand on top of it, you can just roll for investigation. Ooh, man. Everybody's roll is 5 today. All right. At this, you actually kneel in the sand. You actually look at the skeletal remains, to show how long it's been dead. But it has been either been picked clean or the bones is completely dried up because of the heat from the top sun.
Why am I called survivor still?
Okay. Alright, Formido, what's your last action? Then we move to Petronicus.
Could I potentially try to figure out what kind of energy is in this area, be it something holy, something dark, or something of the land, perhaps?
Okay. Roll closer, walk over here to actually detect. And you can actually roll for Arcana. If you have Detect Magic, you can use Detect Magic. If you have Arcana, you can actually use the Arcana to actually check on the door, and also try to actually sense any magical glyph or any magical aura around the area.
For me to walk over there, and I need to grab the sheet back up because I accidentally closed it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do have Prof in Arcana. Bingo, there it is.
Okay, 22. You actually head closer towards the door itself, and actually you see the floor, you see the sand. You actually lift up the sands from the dome. You felt magical energy around the sand itself. You see a glimmer of magical dust mixed together with the sand. But when you look around you, 5 feet away from you, even further to where your companions actually stood, you don't see the magical dust there, but only here. You're unsure what this magical dust really is. In order for you to actually take a bit of it, you may, if you want to investigate more, you need to take more on the magical dust, but it actually comes from within the door. Perhaps there's more inside, you told yourself. But meanwhile, Petronikos, what do you want to do? 2 actions.
Because she's not really a magical kind of person, she just stand around and stand by. It's like, everything all right? Everything all right? Is there anything that Petra can do? It's just look around, look around. Just go near and like look at this thing, look at this body. It's like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my, Petra never seen something like this. I wonder what is it. So I will try to roll for nature.
Mm-hmm.
Petra do not understand what is this. Perhaps somebody can guide Petra to understand what is this.
All right. And then, meanwhile, Adis, what do you want to do? You heard Petra just say she doesn't really understand what this is, and she needs actually guidance. If you can't help her with your role later on, they'll move to Ezekiel. Oh, Survivor, change your name to Ezekiel. I don't want to call your character Survivor.
I've been trying to change it to Ezekiel. It won't change to Ezekiel.
Um,
Try log back in.
Okay, sure.
yeah,
Alright,
I'll come to the bones as well. I can't figure out how long it's been since this animal's been killed, but I'll try to figure out what, like, since I've been living in the area, I'll see if I recognize the creature.
Ooh, next critical one. You have no idea this creature is way beyond your field of study.
Maybe I wasn't paying too close attention.
Yeah, you're a
I'll,
fighter. You kill creatures like this. You don't bother about its bodily structure, its skeletal remains, or how it works. You stab it to death, and you make sure these type of creatures stay dead. That's all you care about. That's why your nature is critical one.
um,
Oh,
maybe I'll look to the party and say, should we investigate around the tomb? See if we can look through any cracks or anything and see into the tomb.
Okay, all right. Okay, Ezekiel. Oh wait. While he's trying to figure out. Okay, I'm just going to straight to you, Ezekiel. After this, you can try to change your name. Okay, Ezekiel. As a cleric, you actually felt the small, slight tingling darkness around this area. Even though it's bright, it's morning, but you feel as if the dark energy is coming from within the door. It's now. What do you want to do? 2 actions.
So firstly he goes, well then, chaps. Move along, move along. Let the old Ezekiel come here and let me see these bones. Can you get Mr. Addis there? Can you please not step on these bones? I've got to write it on my book, on my little journal here. I have to draw it. Not every day you see bones like this. And then he will then try to also try and roll for nature.
Mm-hmm.
And my two action will be roll for nature and roll for investigation to see what it is and how old it is. So firstly, a roll
All
for
right.
nature. There it is. What the hell? I do not know what this bones are, chaps, but let's see how old it is, shall we? Investigation. Well, DM, how old are these?
Not too sure. The score is still too low. You actually kneel down, you look at the bones, you lift up whatever you think it is. Could be the hands, could be the fingers, could be the wings. You're not too sure. Or could be the feet. You're actually really, really
chap,
unsure.
it's old. Very old. But I don't know how old exactly. But it's old.
Well, it's evident with this place being steeped in magic, as Fumito's looking at some of the sand near the door and just being like, the magic itself has made itself into dust form, mixing with the sand as well. This place is very old. Wouldn't be surprised if this creature is as old as the place, or older.
Well, this could be a very, 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 very important archaeological find. So, why let's not step on these bones, shall we, gents and ladies?
I just moved back. You see, Petra just moved back like 5 feet. I was like, oh,
Alright.
sorry. Petra doesn't know.
Okay, and as done, Ezekiel, you actually tried to actually look how old or what type of creature this is, but you're really unsure. Okay, Carlos, what do you want to do? Two actions.
Basically, I moved close to the door. Let me just do a little bit of a walk around. And I'm basically here. I put on my goggles, and can I examine the door to see how to open it? That's my first action.
Okay. Alright. Then roll for investigation and or perception. Or both of it. Then you use two of your actions.
I'll use my investigation first, because for my second action I have something else in mind. So this is investigation on the door, and yep, what does my itty bitty mind tells me regarding the door or how to open it?
Okay. When you look at the door, when you look at this particular door itself, you notice that there is a particular hole right in the middle of it. And you see two actually waters on the left is right actually dripping out, flowing into the sand. You're not sure whether this door actually requires a key, but the hole is big enough to fit your whole hand.
I carefully climb the staircase until I'm face to face with it. I try to look through the hole. Do I see anything that can be grabbed or anything can be pressed or anything?
Perception or investigation?
We'll try perception. Actually, yeah, perception. Oh god.
Okay. Looking inside, you do further in, which is actually requiring you to actually push your whole hand in, which is up until almost your elbow, where you see there is a bar, like a single bar, like standing upwards, that you can actually either grab from where you are.
I tell
Okay.
them, gentlemen, looks like someone is gonna have to, fit his whole hand in it. There is a bar that can be grabbed hold of and moved to either left or the right to get the door to open. I'm very fond with my own hand, so yeah, someone else is gonna have to do the incredible, honorable job of, opening the door to the rest of us. And that's when he'd be
Fitting
like,
my old hand into a hole. That's what she said. Ho 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 ho, chap.
Congratulations.
Oh, wait.
We have a volunteer.
All right, there's a cleric. Okay, now moving back to Formidor. Okay, Formidor, you actually heard what actually Carlos said and what actually Ezekiel said. It seems that there's a hole there that you can actually put your whole hand in, and there's a bar inside that you can actually hold. So what do you do, Formidor? 2 actions.
So Fumido's going to get up from investigating this sort of dust for now and noticing that it seems to move close towards the door. He's going to move in such a way so he can try and peer into the hole itself to try and see what he can perceive through it, with his eyes being augmented by the power of Eldritch Invocation and having dark vision of 123 through his devilish sight to perhaps see what this mechanism could be.
Okay, roll perception.
And again with the low rolls.
Okay, using your Eldritch Dark Vision, you actually look around it. But it's actually DC 5 to actually notice that bar, that handlebar that's standing upwards, which is actually deep inside the hole. But other than that, you can't really see beyond that because it's perhaps just a simple wall or the end of the door itself, or the structure that's actually blocking your view even further. But the only thing you see is just that bar, and that's it. Okay, what's your next action?
Was there any magic when I was looking through that? Any of this magic dust that I saw before, perchance?
Okay, when you actually turn to your left and to your right, on the door itself, it's actually flowing out from within the other side, or the furthest left and further right of this door. You see some sort of that watery substance actually dripping out or flowing out from within the door and into the sand, which actually indicate that that could be the one that's actually spreading the magical dust.
Considering we've got water spouts on the side, we've got this central one. Perhaps this is the reason for the dust that I'm seeing. So, if anyone is to be pulling their hand into it, just be aware that you could get blasted back. However, with how the mechanism's looking, looks like it might be a bit of a sturdy pull. And he's going to look to Addis and sort of smirk and sort of be like, "It might be time to put that strength of yours to the test, sir." And as he's sort of going to step down from the steps, he's going to look closer at this water to try to figure out what it might be, this liquid substance.
You head over to the side of the door, which is here at the side, the liquid substance. You can actually either roll for Arcana or Investigation.
Arcana or Investigation? I'll go with the Arcana because I got prof in it.
Okay. Alright, 32 again. Okay. When you actually look at the watery substance that's actually dripping out from within the door, you actually see that it's the same substance on the sand, the magical dust, which you actually have not told or tell your companions yet. And then after that is Petronikos. What do you want to do? You see Formidor actually went to the door. He take a peek into the hole to actually see what's inside. Then he slowly went to the side of the door to actually see the watery substance actually dripping out. What do you want to do, Petra?
Might Petra give a word of advice? Perhaps it's not for you to put your hand. Perhaps it's something between your leg. From Petra's experience, something like this. Perhaps it's not. Perhaps maybe it's not for your hand.
I am not sticking that body appendage anywhere like that. I'll leave that to the others.
Ho, Miss Petra, I believe you stick more than things down there, right? Not just the middle part.
Wait, I just need to check Ezekiel's alignment and also his background.
He's a sage, and then he's also, what was it?
Lawful good. It's lawful good, so you should be playing a lawful good guy. So you can't really say that.
I can't do that.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
I didn't see the lawful good. Damn it! I can't make dirty jokes.
Yes, you cannot make dirty jokes. You have to.
You have to be the paladin.
Can he change the alignment now because?
No, he can't
Oh,
because this is not his
I'm
character.
controlling, 'cause it's not my character, so-
I will only let Darish one day to actually once this whole story mission finish, then Ezekiel goes back to his clerical temple and so on. If Darish ever wants to actually join Tuesday or Thursday, I'll let him decide during that time. and make his own character.
I'll play love for good. Oh, I can't do the jokes now. Oh.
All right. Okay, Petra, what do you want to do? You actually said they actually need to stick something in between their legs inside the hole, but the door is just too high. They are not tall enough to actually put whatever's between the legs into the hole unless they're a giant. So was this skeleton remain a giant? Did this giant actually put what was between its leg into the hole and died?
Petra looks at either two of these guys here and say that perhaps one of you guys should carry the other and try sticking in it. Perhaps it might work.
Again, I'm not doing any sticking. I'll leave that to those that are more acquainted with that sort of task.
And my intelligence does not allow me to do such barbaric ways.
Such a pity, but you wouldn't even allow yourself to put your hand in it.
Dirty axe. No, we should not do that. Someone just stick their hand in there, please.
You just see that Petra just go up because nobody want to do it anyway. So Petra can say that, well, if guys not gonna do it, perhaps Petra should try and do it. So Petra just go put the hand inside, her right hand inside, and grab whatever inside.
Move your character here.
Yeah, because if you put your character there, I'm gonna assume you are putting your hand on
Wait.
this hole.
Wait, I thought you mean the hole here. Sorry, that was my idea.
So which hole are you referring to actually, Petra?
I
There's
thought
too many
you
holes.
meant hole. I thought yes, there was too many holes. I thought you meant
Too much choice.
Doesn't matter. Because your hand is way too small for the one on the left and the right. You can only
okay.
stick your finger. You can only stick your finger. You can only stick your finger into this hole. But this hole,
So by defense, I thought
this
you
hole.
had two holes.
No. You have to understand that when they were looking at a hole for to fit the whole hand, it's right in the middle. If you want to look at this tool, it's not even enough to even fit your whole hand. You can put your finger inside the hole, but that's about it.
And finger the hole. Finger the hole.
Yes, and finger the hole.
Perhaps.
Because when Carlos,
This two
when
fit.
Carlos looked at it, I thought he was looking at the two side holes. That's why I went there and
All right.
said what
Okay,
I
Petra, using your because you were a bard and your previous job actually tells you what needs to do. Roll for insight.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Judging by the big hole, you can put your whole fist inside the one in the middle. But the one on the left and the one on the right, that's actually with the water dripping out. You could actually put your finger inside and start fingering the hole to prevent that juice from coming out. Perhaps you'll stop it completely from flowing. But only one person could actually put a finger here and another finger here on either one of the holes. And then one person will have to put another hand here, perhaps. You're not too sure. It's just an idea.
I try to fiddle around the fiddle around. I try to fiddle around the hole in the middle here. And do I felt something inside?
You put your hand inside the hole, is it?
Yeah. I put my right
Right.
hand inside. Or
Yeah,
left
you,
hand.
you actually feel there's a bar that you actually can hold. It's actually standing upright.
A very soft, hard kind of a bar.
Hmm. Actually, it's like when you hold the bar, it's actually like a fistful. So you hold it tight, and it's cold to the touch.
This does not feel pleasant. At least not from how I experienced it last. At least not how Petra felt it last time. Let Petra try to pull it.
You pull the bar, nothing happens. Remember, your hand actually fits the whole hole, almost reaching your shoulder, so it's up of your hands right now. You actually, like when you put your whole hand in, you actually hold the bar. You try to pull it with force, but nothing happens.
You see Carlos suddenly telling you, try move it sideways, left or right, or in a circular motion, clockwise or anti-clockwise.
Try to rotate it to the right.
Okay, you actually rotate it to the right. You actually felt it moving slightly. Do you pull it? Do you actually pull it fully to the right?
Might as well, right? Since there's some red,
Okay,
might as well.
all right. When you actually pull it fully to the right, you hear like a click, 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 and immediately after that, you hear a sound, and then after that, you felt pain on your right arm, like your whole arm was actually stabbed by a number of piercing nails immediately, and you receive 10 HP damage,
Wow, that's scary.
and blood drips from your arm. Immediately, the mechanism actually goes back to its regular position, and stand upright. Okay,
I
now
just
to put the blood here.
immediately pull out. Ah, that's like, guy. Well, apparently, guys isn't doing it.
There are holes piercing through your right arm, left, right, left, right.
Petra just walk away. Petra just walk away and it's like, well, if this is not doing it, girls at least try it. Well, now
Well,
I try
even
it.
even all that pain and so on, you're like, oh, okay, well, nothing happened. As if that she's unfazed by the pain on her right arm.
Okay, maybe I should try roll for wisdom or something or some. I'm not sure. Just
Hmm?
to what? Because it's like because
If
no.
you want to use Euro for 300 under the madness and sanity roll, the moment that actually happened, because this is where the sanity actually comes in.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. 16. Okay. The character retreats into her mind and becomes paralyzed. The effect ends with the character takes any damage. Okay. You are now paralyzed with fear. Until this effects end, you have to roll for wisdom saving throw. Because you're dripping, your blood is actually dripping, and you actually didn't even say much. You actually muttered words to yourself. It's because of the pain and also what that thing have done to you, Petra. Adis, you actually noticed this. What do you want to do?
I'll come over to her. I'll rip a bit of the leather out of my like the bottom of my pants,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just wrap it around where the. Can I have a look at the wounds? Was it like a dart trap or is it something different?
It's like it's a circular spike trap that actually stabs you from the left, right, up, down, and center.
Yeah, I'll pull Petra away if she comes closer, and I'll start bandaging around her arm where the wound is, and I'll look to her and say, "You got to be careful around these parts." I saw a lot of these tombs when I was younger, and they're often filled with like traps to stop people from coming in and raiding the tombs. And then I'll try like stabilize the wound. When we were walking over here, Herb, did we
Mm-hmm.
like? Is this tomb roofed? Like, did we see like any like higher elevation to see if there's a way in from the roof, or is it
You
completely
you
roofed
can
up?
you can actually climb up though, but there's no roof. It's like the
No
whole
roof.
ceiling itself is actually covered up. So the only way in, if you think and deduce, is only through the door.
Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll have a walk around, yeah, and then if I see this is the only door, um, I'll think for a moment. Did you say there's two holes on either side and then just one hole in the middle?
Yes, one bigger hole in the middle, and then two smaller holes on the bigger side. Let me actually zoom in out the picture again for you guys so you can see. Okay, on the left and on the right,
Yep.
and the big hole there in the middle.
I'll look to the magic users and say, is it possible if we block these two holes in the left and right and then try to pull the lever? Do you think we'll have more success? And rather than using our hands, maybe we can tie a rope around the lever and pull it that way. What do you guys think?
I could construct something to block the holes from the bones here. I just have to look for the thickest bones, but also thin enough to go through the hole and block it. And that's
Okay,
when I go to the bones. Just basically.
roll for.
Mhm.
Let's roll for a simple perception.
Okay.
As long as you don't roll below 10.
DM, when Petra was pulling on the lever, could Vomito have tried to notice if anything magical was happening, particularly with the water spout that was to the right, considering he was at the right one and she was pulling to the right?
Okay. When she actually pulled to the right, when she looked at the water sprout during that time, roll for investigation. This was perhaps during the moment when she was pulling the lever to the right. Okay. When she actually pulled the lever to the right, you notice that the water sprout dripping from that small little hole, you notice it was originally blue and perhaps even a bit of yellowish, but you notice that red started to come out, like the color of blood, and start dripping a bit into the sand and mix together with the magical dust. But only on the right side. But only on the right side. Red.
Vomito's going to turn to look at the party, and he's sort of just going to like gather his thoughts for a moment, sort of holding up a hand as if like thinking for a moment. When Petra did whatever it was with that lever, then the sprouts of water or liquid changed, and you sort of will indicate with one hand the one on the left, which is still, I assume, bluish yellow. As you can see, that's what it was before. And then he points to the one behind him, but as you can now see, this one's tinged with red, with blood.
While Carlos is like looking at the bones to take the most suitable ones, perhaps the door requires a blood offering on both ends. You know, for left and right for the door to be opened.
Okay, Carlos from the door was actually explaining that to the rest of you. You found the creature's bony fingers that was small enough that it's able to fit the holes.
Mm-hmm. I take away 2 of the fingers and say, I got here 2 of the creature's fingers, enough to maybe block the holes, but let's see if we can offer blood towards the other side first. I could be wrong.
How about we do not disturb the dead, my friend? That is not a very honorable act.
Yes, end the quest.
Disturb the bird. We did not disturb the dead. Maybe we can put our fingers into the hole. That is way more honorable.
I simply take away like the fingers, and I'm pretty sure the blood here, still dripping from the door hinge, from the hole.
Yes,
still dripping.
Petra's blood is still there.
Am I able to roll investigation to see is there any carvings around the door that can tell me anything in terms of like how to properly open it?
Okay, roll for investigation.
Okay.
Not enough to notice anything unusual.
Anybody wanna help me?
Okay. Alright, now your turn. Done, Carlos. Okay, from it I'll give to you. And then move to Petra. And Petra, you need to roll for wisdom saving throw later.
Okay.
Okay. You can roll first. Domino, you first. Domino, Formido.
Alright, so my turn first, or I'm rolling something?
Yeah, your turn to roll. 2 rolls, 2 actions.
Alright. As Fumito's sort of going to be looking at his hand, sort of just idly moving his fingers at the whole idea of blood and just being like, well, I've offered more before. Let's try this blood offering first and see if that yields anything before we try blocking the source of this magical water. And he's going to put his hand in, grab a hold of the rod, and then push it or turn it or whatever it is to the left. So doing the opposite of what Petra did to the right, effectively mirroring it to the left.
Alright, because you know what's going to happen, you're allowed for dexterity saving throw for this one. The moment you actually turn it to try to pull, nothing happened. You push, nothing happened. You turn it to the left, and you hear a whirling sound, and then you see the holes. You feel as if something is about to strike. Roll for dexterity saving throw.
Nice.
Okay,
16.
just half damage only. You receive 13 HP damage, but half that is 6.
That breaks upon my temporary hit points from false life.
Alright.
So I'm not sure if that's like I technically don't bleed, or if it's just a case of it doesn't actually affect me or something.
It doesn't bleed, meaning it actually hits the
But
aura
it's
of false life.
Because it was at temp HP, yeah, okay. So back down to 0 temp HP. Okay, let's see if that does anything, or if me having temp HP messed that up.
Okay. If your false life, if it only hits your false life, meaning nothing happened.
He's sort of going to curse and just be like, I forgot that bloody vigor of mine. And once more, he's going to just breathe, prepare, and then do it once more now that the my invocation, my fiendish vigor, is no longer active.
Okay. Then go ahead. Alright, this turn. You try to push, nothing, pull, nothing. Left again. You know what's going to happen immediately after you pull to the left. Roll for dexterity saving throw.
Nope,
Whoa.
this time he's intent on taking the pain, it seems. It demands
Okay.
blood.
Doesn't he roll with advantage, Herb, since he knows what's happening?
No, it doesn't roll for advantage. You can't. It's
Oh.
because the moment you turn it to the left, you
There's
have
nothing.
you won't have much time to pull it out. Meaning the
Yeah.
blades will still scratch. Your whole arm, your whole left arm or your right arm was scratched so bad, was stabbed, and blood like dripping out, and you receive 15 HP damage.
Jesus.
Ouch. I need to pull up my calculator because it's at a weird set of numbers to make sure
Now
I'm not...
the pile of blood, trace yours.
15 you said, DM, yes?
Yeah, 15, 1-5. But this time, we quickly turn to the left and see blood started to flow out.
Fumido's sort of going to pull his arm back and sort of cradle it for a moment, just being like, oh, I hope this is the price it asks, because this is not fun. And then with his left hand, if I'm still able to do this, or if, because technically, because I only get 2 actions, correct, DM? So I can't do like a spell for an invocation, could I?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to do that next time.
Alright,
that's fine.
Petra, roll for wisdom saving throw to see if you're struck off from the petrification or being scared of what actually happened. Formodo actually received the same. And he failed. Okay, it's just DC 10 only. So you actually now Adis, you actually notice that the same thing actually happened to Formodo. What do you want to do? But you do notice that the left hole and the right hole started to actually flow instead of bluish yellow. Now it's red.
Did we hear the sound of like a door unlocking or anything like that? Any mechanical noise from the door?
Nope, nothing.
No? Okay. I'll ask Fomido, are you alright? How badly did that hurt you?
Let's just say it reminds me of the time that I nearly had my back broken. I'll be able to get through this, but it's not going to be fun.
Old man with back problems. Sounds familiar. Even though I know you're not an
Stumble
old
back
man,
a little bit
still
out of the
gotta keep it going. I'll climb up the steps. The other thing, Herb, is did we see a name of this tomb anywhere? Or
Roll for investigation, Adis.
beautiful. Give me a sec. There we go.
Okay, same score as Carlos. You look around, you don't see any names. You're not too sure, but the symbols itself on the door itself can indicate it's owned by someone, but only Formodo knows this. He did not mention whose tomb this is actually, but the door is eerily mysterious and emits some sort of dark aura, but actually put your hair stands on end. But the blood that flows from the left and the right wall of this door seems to be endlessly flowing now, ever since it received some sort of blood sacrifice, you think to yourself. But it does not seem to open the door. So Adis, what do you do? Your next action, your last action.
So I'll look in. I'm assuming I'll see the same bar that the others had seen.
Now there's blood everywhere inside the hole, the middle door.
Okay. I'll keep my gloves on. I'll pull some rope from the my backpack
Mhm.
And am I able to? So this bar, does it have a place that I can tie the rope around? I'm assuming.
You can actually, but it's gonna require a really good dexterity check just to tie it because you can only fit your whole arm in. Just to tie it with your fingers alone is gonna be quite difficult.
Yep, that makes sense. I'll definitely try to do the dexterity check, seeing that the others had triggered a trap and not wanting to have the same
Mhm.
fate. I'll try that dexterity check.
Mhm.
Acrobatics, is it? Oh no, is it which
Mhm.
one?
That's not enough.
All right, acrobatics. Nope, not enough.
No
Not
dramas.
enough.
I'll
Oh, good. I'd have a dirty joke right now.
All right.
I'll think to the and look back to the party. I say, I wonder if this lever. Did you guys try moving it left and right?
We did.
Are you going to try to move it to left and right?
Uh, I don't think I will. I'll see if anyone else can maybe try tie some rope around it. If we can pull it towards us, maybe. In an effort to like try to open the door, maybe a different direction. But if I wasn't able to do the rope, I'll see if anyone else can. Just so we.
Okay, now Ezekiel. You notice Adis actually tried to put the rope inside and try to tie it, but it's like an impossible task because when you put your whole hand in, just to bring the rope in together with your hand and try to actually turn it around from the metal bar, the upright metal bar, it's a really, really difficult task unless you have a halfling with you. Then yes, it'll be a very easy task for halfling. But everybody here is going to be really impossible. So Ezekiel, what do you want to do?
So Ezekiel sees like the two blood, like the two blood like dripping out of the both holes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Better be careful. Formodo and Petra only have less than 9 HP left.
hmm. And do we know that it's actually water?
Do you want to try and drink it?
Not really.
You can roll for investigation to go through the small hole and actually look at it. Is it really water?
I'll do that. I'll try the investigation and if it's actually water. Because if it's actually water, then I can try and do something. All right. Well, chaps, let me go see those little holes, shall I? So he goes up.
Assume you mean the ones on the walls and not in our arms. Fumido's sort of just
Yeah.
going to grumble.
Well, it's not entirely my fault that you guys really put your arm in that hole as the hole suggested. But I can heal you afterwards, so it'll be okay. Let me check this hole. And he checks this hole.
Right.
And
You check the hole.
Investigation. Where's investigation? And please tell me the decent roll. Fuck me.
You look at the flowing water, Ezekiel. You look at it. You see it's now from bluish yellow, red, bluish yellow, red, as if it actually just sucked up the blood from both Petra and Formido and spitting out whatever blood they actually stabbed their hands with. And then when you look at it, you're not too sure whether it's really water, unless you put your tongue to it and start licking it. Do you want to do that?
Not entirely.
Put your whole mouth into the hole.
And just start licking the hole, put my tongue inside. Yes.
Yes.
Can I step back a little bit and tell the fighter? This will be a little bit of a risk, fighter. But I'd like to try something, if you will.
What do you have in mind?
Try destroy the water that is flowing from between these two holes, if it's water. If not, and then I'll need you to stick your hand inside and turn it as the water is destroyed.
Why do you think destroying the water will help? Or you just a guess?
It seems to be spitting out whatever is coming into that hole. So if we can destroy the
We could try and
water that's
block
in
the
there
water.
I wanna I want to hear Ezekiel what he say first. Okay, Ezekiel, continue.
And somehow block it, or if it's so it'll destroy whatever mechanism is inside. Then maybe we can open this door. If not, we could always block it by chopping down that tree on the side and using that as a block, as a plug. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, continue.
I was like, everything went quiet. Did my mic like
Because
disrupt
we're
again?
listening to you. We're listening. We don't interrupt. We don't want to interrupt you. That's why we're listening. That's why it's really quiet.
So, what do you think, fighter? What should we do? Are you a fighter or paladin?
Me?
Yeah.
With the lance? Or the glaive? Yeah, I'm a fighter.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try it, I'm all ears. We still haven't moved the lever in any direction since the blood sacrifice. So if it doesn't work blocking it up, I reckon that's something we try. I just don't fancy sticking my hand in and having the same fate as our friends here.
You have moved
Okay.
left, nothing happened. You have moved right, nothing happened.
All right. We have a tree. Let's see that palm tree over there. Shall we chop it up into tiny little pieces, small enough to fit into that hole?
Okay. What's your last action, Ezekiel? If you're gonna be going to the tree and start chopping it, you need an axe.
Yeah. Does this character have anything that like a sword or something? Does anyone have anything sharp that we can slash this tree with?
I've got a glaive, but I don't fancy wasting its blade on that tree. It's not made for chopping, so I don't want to risk damaging the weapon.
What does this character have? I don't know what this character has. It's got an explorer's pack, musket in the box, torch, hemp and rope, crossbow bolts, light crossbow warhammer, belt pouch, small knife. That's not gonna do that. How long does it take to chop a tree with a small knife?
If we want to block the holes, we can always just use our fingers, unless the magical water. Well, actually, I don't know. It's magical. Unless the liquid substance coming out of it is harmful to us.
Okay. Anyways, before that, okay, Carlos, your turn.
First action is to basically, I want to study the door now that there's, like, technically speaking, a blood sacrifice has been offered to see, is there any writing has started to show up the moment blood was offered on both end? Maybe, like, it should tell us how to properly open it now that there is blood, or nothing.
I won't tell you that directly how to open it. It will not directly tell you how to actually open it. You just know that the lever is turned left and turned right, and now both ends of the left and right door have some sort of blood coming out from within the hole or the water, but it's actually bluish yellow, red, bluish yellow, red, and so on.
With basically the two skeleton fingers that I have, I plug in the first hole on the left, and
I thought you dropped
plug
those
in...
two skeleton fingers when we told you.
Oh no,
Nope.
no, he didn't. He picked it up. He picked it up.
Yep, I never declared I dropped them in. So first hole on the left has been plugged, and second hole on the right has been also plugged. I use my hammer to properly plug it in. Anything happening to the door? Like, do I hear any sounds or anything?
Okay. The moment you actually put the bony fingers on the left and the bony finger on the right, then you stop the flowing water. And after you stop and stop and stop, okay, everybody roll for perception.
Okay.
Mm, 15, 22, and 16. Okay, except for Carlos. Okay, Formodo, Adis, and Ezekiel. Okay, Petra, roll for wisdom saving throw first. Oh, okay. You shrug off the pain, and then you just after that bandage, especially from Adis and all. Roll for perception. Okay. the pain actually been subsided, you actually shrug it off. It's like, this time it's not going to make you go crazy. This is the first time you're going to a dungeon, so this is not going to make you crazy. But Ezekiel, Addis, and Formidome, the moment actually Carlos put the two bony fingers into the small hole, you hear a slight sound at the door itself, like on the left and on the right, saying "glunk, glunk," and ting ting, tok. And that's it.
I simply like.
Well, it definitely did something.
I'm guessing the water was meant to be blocked off, but just to be on the safe side, is it okay if we?
What's your last action, Carlos?
My last action. I stick my hand in and grab the bar, yes, but not to move it. I just want to basically go along the bar, either upwards or downwards, to see if I can feel where usually the traps will be coming from which direction to be exactly, just with my fingers. And yeah, I just want to go like
roll for just your passive perception is what?
Passive perception is 12, sadly, so I'm gonna have to roll for
Okay,
that
DC
one.
10, DC 10. It's just DC 10. To fill the holes from where the traps actually come from, actually the holes is actually quite small, actually, Carlos. So actually, when you stick it in, there are number of small holes. It's like 360 degree,
so
top, bottom, left, and right. You put your finger inside. There are quite a number of small holes, and then when you put your finger even deeper into the smaller holes, it pricked slightly on your fingertip, and you feel a slight pain, but not enough to actually drop your HP.
Yeah.
And it's quite sharp, actually.
I simply like tell them on that the nails that comes out that apparently surrounds the whole bar from multiple sides, and I even tell them like when I stuck my finger I felt the nails are in it. Looks like this thing is always heavily charged with nails.
Also roll for insight.
Okay. Inside. Okay, proficient with it. Okay.
Okay. When you actually felt the trap all around the circular door. So when you put your hand in, you actually put your finger around and you feel the edges. And then it's really sharp. But when you put it out, as you explain to your companions what it is, you also think to yourself at the same time, this trap is either meant to actually prevent people from coming in and not from coming out. So whatever this door was actually constructed, or whoever made this door, is to tell people like yourself not to actually go in.
Okay. Oh yeah. As I basically like explained it, that's when I just turn to the door and say, maybe the door is a one-way. The door was built in a way that doesn't keep people in, but it keeps people out. Meaning, whatever behind this door must be really precious to a point where to construct such an elaborate mechanism. But am I able to do the same thing as the fighter did, which is like basically tie something and so that
very difficult.
Oh.
Very, very difficult. You need a natural 20 on your dexterity score.
True. Even though
Because only a halfling's hand is small enough to actually wrap the rope around the handlebar itself. That's for the inside. If you put a humanoid hand inside, it's already fit your hand, completely fit your hand, which is impossible for you to actually bring a rope inside and wrap it around. And
Wait, Herb. What if we like tied a loop with the rope originally, and then just throw the loop over the top of the bar?
Yeah, but you still need a really good dexterity score for that.
Is that because the place where we put the hand through is just too tight, or is it because the pole is too tall?
It's not the pole is too tall. It's like you're trying to fit your hand inside a really small hole inside a wall with a rope together, and inside that hole is a handlebar. So you try to actually wrap a rope around it, which is actually quite difficult.
Just like if there's a loop on the end of the rope, and just putting that loop.
There is a loop. There is a loop because you can hold it. You can actually hold it with your whole fist. Even they say you can actually hold the bar. So there is a loop, but
So we're talking about what if we tie a loop on the hole, Herb, like on the hole, like on the rope initially. You know, one of those loops that tighten up as you pull out. So
Mhm.
they can put. So initially, there's that kind of rope tie, right? And then as we stick a hand in there, we'll just like sort of like hang it onto the thing and then pull it out with and then
Quite still
the
quite
rope tied it.
still quite difficult actually. You may need to roll dexterity for that. Even that also is quite difficult. The other group have tried that before. No, failed.
They failed. Okay.
My last action, since I saw like now the water has stopped. Can I put my ear to the door and basically, yeah, I'll do my own part of trying to wait. Oh yeah. Wait.
Hmm.
Much better idea. Can I study the door from like here, like the outer end, like to see is there any writings on it that can tells me the proper way of actually
Roll
opening it?
for investigation again.
Okay. Oh, finally, high score.
All right. Okay. When you declare yourself to investigate the door, actually, where there's actually writing, okay, that's
Mm-hmm.
actually the proper word to actually use.
Mm-hmm.
You actually see there is very small handwritten word at the metal part of the door, which is so not that really difficult to see. There is actually it's really, really small written in perhaps ancient runes or ancient writing. When you look at the words itself, roll for intelligence.
Okay. Just intelligent, is it?
Mhm.
Okay.
Intelligence 14. Okay, right. It's actually written in a word that is quite old, ancient, even really, really old. It's written in Celestial.
Oh, wait, Celestial. Let me check if I have the language. So, sadly, nope, I don't have it. Okay.
Celestial is the words of the angels and the ancient gods themselves. You may need to actually turn and
Oh,
face your
I saw it.
companions and ask them about if they have celestial, because otherwise they don't know that there is a writing here,
Oh, okay.
and they won't be able to meta game this one if you don't tell them.
Yeah. I simply like turn and say, anybody here speak Celestial? Because apparently all of us were too blind, or mainly you guys were too blind, but there was some writing on the door. A bit small to the naked eye, and it's written in Celestial. I don't
Well,
speak
old chap,
Celestial
I speak
language.
Celestial.
Oh, by all means. And that's when you just see him like go down a step and
Okay.
say, it's right on the metal part of the exterior door. It's Celestial.
Hmm.
That's all
Let me have a
I knew
look, old
about it.
chap.
Mm-hmm.
And then Herb, I speak Celestial. So what does it say?
Ooh, this guy actually took celestial. Oh, I didn't know Dylan actually created this character as celestial, because celestial is one language that nobody actually really takes.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
I
he,
take. I
I
mean,
think it's
my
because he
other
wants
character,
to
I
speak with
take.
God. I think it's because the clerics need to speak to their god or something. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe Celestial.
Yes, written in
I mean,
celestial, and on the left of the side of the door, actually at the metal, the top here, actually written from the top, bottom, left and right at each door. And Ezekiel, you see the watery path by two of it to block its way to pull up to face the god within. The watery holes, mhm, okay, the watery holes, the two watery holes to be blocked
Okay.
to, to enter the path to pull and enter.
Okay. So since it's already blocked, Ezekiel then puts his hand in there and follows the instruction. Is it to pull or to put up? Sorry, that it was cutting off. So is it to pull up?
To pull up,
Did it say? So pull up. Sorry, you're cutting her. That's why.
to pull up.
All right, and then he grabs the lever and pull up.
Okay. All right. You grab the lever. You pull. It actually pulls, which was earlier on. It was not being able to pull by Formidor and Petra. It could either twist to the left and to the right. You can turn it in a circular motion, but this time you can actually pull it forward towards you, and you pull the door up, and the door slides all the way upwards.
Well, now. Looks
Well,
like we're
easy
gonna.
enough there, right, chaps?
Mhm.
And are we able to go in?
All right, then that's good. Yes, you can enter.
Naturally, like, technically speaking, the room is dark, so I just simply, like, I put on my goggles of the night. Like, I just put them ready just to be safe, and what do I see when basically I'll be like kneeling on one knee and sticking my head down? What do I see down the staircase? As far as 60 feet.
Okay, a stairs that leads all the way down towards a small mouth of a cave. Using your goggle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's actions done from yours, Carlos. After that, all right, Formidor, what do you do? The door is only opened by the cleric Ezekiel after he reads Celestial.
Fumido's sort of just gonna just shrug at the fact that it's like we paid by blood, so the cleric can rise us up. How fortuitous! And he's gonna sort of start walking. I'm trying to do the. You do the. How do you do the thing where you make it so you do the lines when you're walking in? Is it Control or Alt?
Q. When you move your character, right? Hold the mouse button and press Q.
And hold press Q.
Grab your character, and then after the E, and press Q.
Oh, there we go. Fumido's going to walk over there. As he does, he's sort of walking with his quarterstaff like a walking cane, and at one point he's just going to mutter an invocation. He's just going to go Kenzo, and he's going to slam his staff into the ground as he makes use of the Fiendish Vigor invocation, so he can cast False Life at level 1 at will.
Mm-hmm.
I've put it on my sheet as a cantrip because it's at will for me at this time. So I only get the 1d4 plus 4.
Alright. Okay. 1d4 plus 4. 7. 7 temporary false HP. For 1 hour.
Yep. And then with the Devilish Shite, he's also going to be peering down this stairway to see if he can potentially spot anything. Also trying to keep an eye out for any traps along the way.
Yeah. You see the staircase itself is actually quite old. It seems the stone structure itself has actually been well made and also perhaps not really well kept. It seems that nobody actually been here for some time, unless, of course, Ezekiel have now opened the door for whoever that feels like coming into this tomb. And whoever treasure hunters that arrived previously or perhaps back then. But roll for perception.
All of us or just
for
him?
For all. I assume everybody already entered.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Kaed is still not inside.
Okay, perception, Carlos 21, Petra 24, Ezekiel 10, okay, Formidor 18, and Adis. Perception.
Perception.
Yes. Okay, 20. Okay, below 20 don't literally see, but Carlos, Petra, and Adis, upon closer investigation from the door itself and from the door to the staircase, apparently you see that some of the dirt and even the cobwebs actually was stuck either way that goes down the staircase has been disturbed. And you notice from the dirt itself, it's like very hard to see with just a simple look. You notice there are a number of boots or number of footsteps that actually walk down to the staircase. Apparently, seems to be Right. And those that roll 20, okay, roll for survival with advantage. And those with, okay, Ezekiel and 18, okay, wait, let me see. No, 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 survival 21, 19, okay, survival 18, and then, okay, this, okay, that means only we're going for Petra and also Carlos. Okay, Petra got the highest. You notice that boots is actually quite fresh. You're not too sure how they actually managed to actually enter the door, but you see that the boots was actually made perhaps days or perhaps a week ago. You're not a ranger, but you do spend your time with rangers before during your nights with them, and they do actually explain to you about their life and attention. And Carlos, you also notice this that there are actually fresh boots, fresh marks, footprints that go all the way down towards the staircase. Okay, Petra, what do you want to do? Two actions.
Yeah.
You can tell them.
Where's the footprint here? Is it or everywhere?
Going down the staircase.
Petra go here. Then Petra say, "Oh, wow." Petra might not be ranger, but Petra knows something. Notice something. There seems to be a lot of footprints, despite the door is shut tight. It seems that someone has been here before us, and for whatever reason, they seems to be able to bypass the door by coming in.
Without having them to do what we did, I concur. There are some people here, roughly a week at the most. So be on your guard, and yeah, whomever's on the inside could be still on the inside. After all, when we came in, the door was closed. So either they must have tripped something off to get themselves trapped, or I don't know. I recommend we be very careful about this as we proceed deeper and deeper into this tomb.
Or they've got free reign of the place.
Mhm.
Either way, we're in lands where adventurers are plenty, so we should be on our guard regardless.
I would say keep on your guard. Usually, adventure partying entering Tuma for the first time, they tend to leave behind clues for them to use when so they don't get lost. So keep an eye for wall markings or chalk markings that specify which directions that they took. We don't know how deep this place is, so it could be like a maze down there.
Okay, Ezekiel, what do you want to do?
Well, let Ezekiel, old chap Ezekiel, he lead the way, and as he steps down.
All right, and you lead the way. You step down. Addis, what do you want to do?
Is this door open or closed again?
You're not too sure. It's still open.
So the door's wide open?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Is there anything on the door to that I can see to rearm the trap or like close the door or anything like that?
The door is all the way up to the ceiling. It's actually pulled all the way up. You're not too sure
pulled up.
how is it. Yeah, this door does not open inwards like left or right like any typical door. This
Mhm.
door, when it was pulled up, it pulled up like immediately. It just pulled 90-degree upwards, and it
Cool.
stood there on the ceiling.
And the bar that was pulled upwards, that's still standing up?
Not too sure because when you look up into the hole, when you look up into the ceiling, you still see the bar is still pulled downward
Okay.
to your direction.
Yeah, that sounds fine. I guess I'll come follow behind the cleric. If we're going down, I think people with night vision should try probably go first, and then maybe we'll just keep our eye out for traps. It's possible if they didn't want these tombs being raided, they would have booby trapped them more. So be on the lookout.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Formidor, what do you do?
Hearing
and-
that... sorry.
Sorry, is it dark in here as well, Herb? Do I need a light?
Oh
at all?
yes, it's dark.
Okay, I'll definitely get out my tinderbox and light a torch.
right.
Hold it in one hand and maybe my glaive in the other.
Okay, and you hold your torch. Okay, later you take out the torch when you went in. Okay, Formidor, what do you want to do?
I was going to offer a torch, but it seems like Addis already beat me to it. For those that can't see, it's like he's gonna look at Addis and be like, "Well, at least those that can't see in the dark now should be able to." And if anything, it should aid us in finding what we have. So, lead on, friends, allies, acquaintances, whatever it is that we shall call ourselves. But I will say one thing. Welcome to the... And I'm trying to find where I put that note. Sheet, work with me. And...
Moment, Promedo, you left towards the staircase where Ezekiel, Adis, and Petra actually went down. Suddenly the door from the ceiling suddenly went down and closed itself again.
Now I know how these adventurers got trapped.
Well, let's just say the tomb of... How do you pronounce that, DM?
Kakikubengkok.
One more time, please.
It's a name that one of my players actually gave me because I was like saying, "Hey, give me one of the very, very, very stupid dungeon name," and it was like Kakikubengkok.
Kakikubengkok.
Welcome to Kakubengkok.
Kakiko,
It's a name.
Kakikubengkok.
It's a name that even you guys as adventurers having a hard time to even pronounce.
It's Kakikubengkok. Kakikubengkok.
No.
Welcome to the team of Kakubengkok, as they
It's a
say.
Malay word. It's a Malay word.
Okay,
Only
okay.
Malaysian
Okay.
only Malaysian would understand what the hell is it.
Okay, people, let's just call it the Tomb of the Nameless One. Lead on!
Yes, of the nameless one. The name that is so hard to pronounce.
The tomb of the unpronounceable. Onwards.
All right.
Okay, let's
Okay.
go.
Following down the 60-foot step, you enter the mouth of the cave, and you see and you feel as if the darkness greets you immediately. Okay, Adis, you can take out the torch. I think it's set your character in handouts, quest items, and item menu. It's in one of the folders.
Here you
It's
go.
called a wooden torch. Okay, good. All right, now I need to resize this thing.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the map to generate on my side. Like, I can see, like, the lines of sight, but it's just blurry for me at the moment. Again, my bad internet. I
Yeah.
apologize.
Well, you might want
This
Um,
map, I put this map in low resolution, so people like Kaede could actually load the maps perfectly from her end.
Oh,
So I deliberately put low resolution.
you might want to give me
It
dark vision up to
should take
60
time.
feet thanks to my goggles, since I'm like equipping my goggles now.
Your character already have dark vision. I clicked on Control L on your character. Click Control L.
Oh, okay. Let me just. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just wanted. I did not move. I just wanted to test that out to see if it changes. Yep, I do have dark vision.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If your dark vision doesn't work for your end, right? Click on your character. Press Control L for control light.
Anyway, so lead on, folks.
I don't think it's making for me. I've rendered. Hang on, I'll just move myself side to side. Oh, I can. I'm seeing up to here, roughly. So I think that is 120 feet. Okay. It's
120
working.
feet.
Wait, Herb, how do I get the torch working?
The torch is already right in front of you. If you want to, right, highlight your character. Once you highlight, only you can highlight the torch and your character.
My
Because
screen's purely black. Wait, let me refresh.
your screen is black.
Yeah, I don't see my character or anything.
Oh, your screen's black. That's racist. I'm kidding. Anyway,
He's gone blind. He stared into the light for too long.
Is it meant to be? Or is it?
No.
I can see the
I-
light affecting the map because
'Cause
it's got like
I
a
can
blue
see.
light.
I can see. I dragged the torch
Adis,
for
Adis,
you. I dragged the torch
Adis.
for him.
No. Actually, Inferno need to actually click on his character and press
I can't
Control
see my
L.
character there. To click on him.
Your character is here, though. Everybody can see. I can see.
Let me refresh and see if it.
Where is it?
The torch. I picked up your torch that you dropped.
All right. You can see your character, right, Darish?
Yeah, I can see mine.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's good. Okay, move together with your torch. Don't move the torch around. Sometimes I hate it when the students were so scared in traveling the dungeon, they don't move their characters. They move their torch instead, and move the torch around the dungeon. But
Alright, let's go.
I cannot scold them because they only have 2 hours of session.
Oh, yep, I can see it now. It's all fixed.
All right, good. Okay, so who wants to move first and find traps?
I don't even wanna. I don't even know that there are traps, so I'm just gonna move, and then if there's a trap, then I'll probably set it, and then I'll just do the save.
Wait, can I call out to you and tell you to wait? Because it's probably booby trapped. Easy kill. You
Highlight your
should
character. Highlight your. If you want to move together with the torch, right? Highlight your character, and then after that you can move together with the torch.
I
Highlight
don't.
your character together with the torch. Or at this, you need to take out another torch. If Ezekiel, then you need to remove your own torch from your
Yeah.
equipment, and Adis need to light up another torch for himself.
how do you light up the torches? You just drag it. Oh, I drag it in. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, just drag it. Now there's three
Oh, I'm
torches.
gonna give you your torch back. It's already
I'm gonna
reset.
remove. Gonna remove this. Okay.
Hup.
Where
I
is it?
basically moved to the edge of the very entrance here. And am I
Mm-hmm.
able to make any roll to see if there's any traps at the door itself, or at the entrance, or anywhere around it?
Perception.
Okay. Ooh. What does my itty bitty artificer sensors tells me?
If you look around here, on the
Mm-hmm.
floor,
Mm-hmm.
on the wall, on the ceiling, you don't see any traps.
Okay. I
Oh yeah,
simply.
I give your character a green light for
Mm-hmm.
your dark vision because you're
Yeah, yeah,
using
yeah.
because night vision goggles are green in color, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
let
yeah.
you character see in green.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see it actually. I was like, is it the dungeon? Until you said that, I was a bit confused. While simply standing there, I simply tell them, after carefully examining the door, it's safe to enter. There's no obvious traps around this door of the
Oh, the
dungeon
traps a
here.
bit. Oh. Okay.
And I carefully enter basically 8. Wait, let me just make it a full 10 official steps. 10 feet away from them. Again, do I of course see this body, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was
Uh,
literally just about to ask that as well because I could see it from the doorway, but I wasn't sure if like the rock would block it.
yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People.
Hey Carlos, one more last action.
Okay.
You're done your check. You need one more action.
Yep. I just simply turn and say, dead body ahead. Could be one of the adventurers. I'm gonna go there and examine it very carefully. Stand where I am, so that if there's anything happens to me, at least you'll be far away from the danger. And that's when I carefully advance to the dead corpse and simply stand exactly right here. Can I tell how he died?
From where you stand.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
roll for investigation with disadvantage.
okay. There's one. There's two. Okay, still a pass.
Okay. Standing away from the corpse, Carlos, refusing to actually went even closer to it. You're not too sure how this particular being, but when you look at him, he seems to be human, judging by first glance. And apparently he is some sort of a spellcaster, judging by the staff and the spell book on the floor next to him. But you notice that the spell book is burned and the staff is broken. And around his body, you see a number of slashing and stab wounds.
Hmm. I give them
And
a.
that, mhm.
I give the party a hand signal to basically come in while waiting for them. I'll postpone my roleplay.
All right. Okay, you're done. All right, Ezekiel, your turn. Two actions.
All right. So initially, I'll move here. Um. What can I do? What can I do? So I'll move here first, and then I'll kind of explore a little bit more than he will, and then if I move a little bit more, can I do a investigation check if there's any traps towards this stairways here?
Yeah, once you move, that's our last action. You can roll for perception to look for traps.
Okay. Perception. Perception. Oh, please give me a decent roll. No, I
Okay,
lost it.
Ezekiel. You're not too sure whether the staircase or the one leading towards the staircase actually have a trap. You're too worried to actually head further ahead, and then you just wait. Meanwhile, Adis, your turn. 2 actions.
I'll probably move forward as well. I'll look to Carlos and say, "How do you think he died?" Because I saw him investigating the body.
So far, initial examination, basically, he died of various slashings and wounds all over his body. His book and staff are damaged beyond repair. His book is burned and his staff is broken. Whatever attacked him, I would say he had large claws and able to breathe fire for a creature. Too many creatures,
And
to my knowledge, that have these similar categories, but let's not assume anything as of yet until we see it.
are these also skeleton remains that we see in the map as well, Herb?
Pardon?
In
The
in
floor.
front of the body over here, are these?
Oh,
skeleton-
yes. The skeleton remains on the floor, right?
Yeah, is that? Do we see that, or is that just the map?
That is actually part of the map, deliberately put there. Yes, you see a number of skeletal remains on the floor. A number of them. A lot of skeletal remains. Uncountable, even.
Do we see any skeleton remains on this side or no? Like up on the stair?
You need to head over to the stairs and then after that, roll for perception.
Forgot my thoughts.
DM, not sure if you're. Oh, never mind. You go.
Okay. Kaiden, you need to click on control light. I already gave the light to in the orb. You should.
Yes.
Okay. Perception. That is right. That is actually cross over the bodily remain of this poor adventurer. You're not too sure how long he's been dead, but you just noticed that other than the stab wounds and the slashing wounds on his body and his arms and his legs and the burnt book, when you look up at the staircase, trying to actually look where Ezekiel is actually standing, you're trying to see if there's any particular thing or anything here at all that might actually indicate a trap. You see nothing.
Okay. I'll probably call the party over and say it's probably safer to approach from this direction than the other direction. Otherwise, we might face the same fate as those that are laying dead before us. Can I also just like listen in the cavern and see if I can like hear anything? Basically, Carlos mentioned there could be a monster here that's breathing fire or something.
Okay, roll for perception again. Your last action, if you're able to hear anything.
I'm thinking most likely it's still probably traps, but like, yeah, if there's something here protecting, then trying to hear maybe like breathing or
Ooh,
things-
natural 20. You hear the sound of crystal, like, and dripping water hitting crystal. At this, it's like, you know, when water drip and you hear ting and ting and ting. But other than the ting and ting and ting, in the distance, roughly here, only you knows this. Only you know this. You heard sounds of like a soft growl, like.
Okay. Does it sound like with the natural 20? Does it sound like growling like it's angry or growling? Describe the growl to me if you can.
The growl, you know, to show either sounds like an angry person's having a light snooze, or like a growl that sounds like somebody's like sleeping, like.
Okay, maybe I'll speak in a hushed tone and relay that information back to the party. And then maybe
the only one that can hear you. If you really want to let others hear you, like Formido and Petra, you really have to really speak out loud. But if you want you don't want anybody else to actually hear you. Only Ezekiel and Carlos will hear your
I'll wave
conversation.
the others over, and then whisper,
Okay.
and then
Then you move the character closer to you. Then you can talk.
yeah. I
Okay,
can also maybe
Formido and Petra, please move your character closer to Adis. I assume that you already also moved together.
and then maybe I'll put like a finger to my lips and just like like a be quiet, and maybe even not take like pull out my like totally distinguish my torch, but maybe like put it a bit lower so it's not making such a big flame. Like lower to the ground.
Right. Okay, you do that easily. And then after that, you start talking to your fellow companions or what you actually heard. but not see or smell. The smell here is humid and damp and smells of decay as if there's rotten meat everywhere. But it could be the dead adventurer beneath your feet too. They could be dead. His body is actually quite shriveled and dry. Alright, Addis, your turn. How are you gonna tell the players, your companions?
My turn still.
Yeah.
Yep, still your turn. You still your
Okay.
turn.
Yeah, I'll just relay the information you taught me. So I hear something growling. In a whispered tone. I hear something growling from over there, and I'll point this direction. I think there's a crystal over there as well. Maybe we should investigate. What do you guys think?
There's definitely some pink crystals over there. Famido will match in the similar tone. And also, DM, if you're fine with the flavor aspect, occasionally, if anyone looked at Famido's eyes, they'd see like a glint of purple every now and then for the aspect of the whole eldritch energy.
Yes, the Eldritch.
But yes, I can see clusters of pink crystals further ahead.
I recommend we try, since there is an obvious growling there, let's just assume there's something big and ugly sleeping. Let's not disturb a sleeping creature from his awake. I would say first we need to investigate this dead adventurer to know... I know the how, and obviously now I know the who. Let's see if there's anything left on him that can help us on why they were here and what were they doing here in the first place. I mean, sure, it's an abandoned tomb, so who knows what they want? Who knows what they would know? I mean, a corpse, even in death, could tell you a lot.
Okay, Petra, do you have anything to say?
Petra acknowledged whatever Eddie say or Carol say, but Petra looked at the body and said that shouldn't we at least help this poor guy here to rest in peace? Since we have a cleric here, Petra suggests that we should lay the dead to rest. At least it will honor them in some way. And then Petra looked at Ezekiel. What do you say, cleric?
I agree, my lady. But then we'll also have to bury all these other bones. I suggest maybe we put them to the side for now, and maybe when we come back, we can give them all a proper burial.
All right. Whatever. Sorry, I'm eating. All right. Whatever you say, cleric.
So, how long do we spend, like, if to DM to like carefully like well I spent to carefully like put these bones to the side here and sort of like line them up kind of like on the slime reincarnation of a slime like thing when they
Mm-hmm.
all died. Yeah.
Okay. So you want to actually put this body, bury it.
Oh no, we want to sort of like sort them up so once we finish with the like say we'll come back for them and we'll give them all a proper burial.
Basically, move this dead body here somewhere where we can, like, when we get back to him, we can just bury him.
Same as with all the bones here, because since
Oh,
now
the
we're
bones are endless, by the
yeah.
way. Endless bones. You could spend months trying to do this. It's
Oh
not
shit.
one or two. It's endless amount of bones.
I thought there was just a lot of bones down there.
Oh no.
As much as you wanting to bury this gentleman here is all good and well, he is not the only one. There's a further one off towards our left that I can see in the distance.
Hmm.
Yes, from Riddle. Your character actually noticed another body remains, apparently cut beyond recognition in the distance using your eldritch vision.
I moved
Oh shit.
to when he pointed this out. I moved to the edge of this wall here. For flavor purposes, I'm ignoring these dead bodies here, and I'm only seeing this leg here from a distance and somewhat of the head. And I immediately say, I concur. Formido, you stay here with the cleric and Petra. Me and Addis will move ahead, and when you see Addis wave you with his torch to come in, approach when you think it's safe. In the meantime, examine the dead adventurer body for any information that his body might tell us about why they were here. They could have been left unburned or undestroyed documents. And I look back to Addis and just whisper to him, just stay behind me and be very careful. And that's when I move 12, no, 16 feet, wait, no, 20 feet. 20 foot here. And now I see
I'll
these...
keep a few lengths behind you, just in case the trap goes off.
Mm-hmm.
But still close enough that I can come to help.
Mm-hmm. Hub, I obviously now see these two here and these bodies here, right?
Yes, easily.
Okay. I carefully approach this body here. The same thing happens. Slashes and gushes all over him, right?
You're just like 5 feet away from him.
Okay, I just from my safe distance, I kneel down, and can I roll investigation to see if there's anything on him that can tell me, why they were here or any useful things?
Roll for investigation with disadvantage.
Okay.
So
You're too far away.
while he's rolling that herb,
Mhm.
I'm actually gonna take this body and put it near the entrance to actually like bury him later.
Oh, you carry the body to the entrance.
Just
Okay.
yeah, and
You
then
actually carry this poor man's shriveled, cut and stabbed body and put him in the entrance, and then you put that nicely there to actually bury him.
Yep.
Okay.
And then bless him with the power of I don't know whose god this guy is serving, but be like
Anubis. His god is Anubis.
Anubis. Um, by the blessings of Anubis, my cleric says while holding this man's I'm holding him towards or holding him in the chest as I sort of like like the mummified position, sort of move him like that. Hold
Mm-hmm.
on. By the blessings of Anubis, I bid you I bid you safe travels into the next life, my good
Roll
man.
for
And I hope that
roll for
you find
religion. Roll for religion immediately.
religion. 19.
Ooh. Roll the 100, please.
The 100.
Ooh. Okay, the moment when you actually pray to Anubis, to this man, Petra and Formidor roll for perception with advantage.
Perception with advantage on it. I'll let Petra roll first. Okay. 1, 2.
Ooh, perfect. 20 and a
Okay.
22.
Yeah, but then luckily it was not luckily it's an advantage roll. Otherwise, Formidor won't even know what happened. The next critical one. Okay, Petra and Formidor. When Ezekiel actually brought the body over to the entrance, you actually hear him actually whisper like prayer to whoever that is actually praying, to show who this Anubis is. But for Addis and for Carlos, you don't know what's actually going on. But Formidor and Petra, you actually heard like a glass shatter, like a crystal actually breaks in the distance, like over here, and you hear sounds like immediately after the blast, and crystal breaks, and the growl seems to be getting closer and closer.
Famido is going to, because he's in the light given off by Petra, he's sort of going to turn to look towards where Addis and Carlos is, and he's sort of going to try to subtly wave his hand to get their attention, and then if they look, he's going to sort of just point towards where he hears the ground sort of lower and point his quarterstaff towards that direction, trying to indicate that something's moving over here without yelling about it, if that makes sense.
All right, okay, Addis and Carlos roll for insight on Firmado.
Oh god.
Carlos fail. Addis fail. They have no idea what you're trying to tell them, Firmado. And the DC is only 10. The DC is only 10.
I just
10
simply
DC.
I just simply look at I look at Addis and I'm like, I shrug it off and just simply shake my head sideways and shrug it off and say, Does he want us to come back, or?
I think we're probably a bit too distracted by what we see over here. So
Yeah,
we're just
exactly.
we're like,
Four different corpses.
yeah, we're like, huh? I'll probably just gesture like confused,
Nani the
shrug
fuck?
my shoulders,
Mhm.
and then like I'll keep walking to Carlos just because I just don't understand.
Okay, Formado, when you try to gesture them in, you see and feel as if another glass breaks, and you see a number of creatures suddenly appeared before you near the crystal itself and started to run and charge at you and Petra immediately.
Do I perchance
Roll
have?
for initiative.
All of us.
Petra and Formado only.
Oh,
Adis, Carlos, and also for Ezekiel, you guys only can act at round 2.
mm.
I was just wondering, DM, because of the fact that I could see them coming, do I have a chance to potentially get a spell off, or are they extremely quick that it's like before I have a chance for that?
No, they're extremely quick.
Okay, that's all good. I just wanted to double check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Okay.
wow. Not bad in terms
Only
of
around
my
2.
yeah. Not bad in terms of my initiative roll.
But why are you rolling initiative?
No, because they only act in round 2. They just roll for the initiative. They only act at round 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we're rolling initiative now.
Mhm.
Yeah, still rolling, but you're surprised. You guys are
How
surprised.
do I make it so that it only shows for round 2?
Oh, you need to click on your character. You need to
Yeah.
click on your character token, and then after that you go to a character sheet and click on initiative.
Where's the initiative? Oh yeah. But how do I make it so that it doesn't work for round 1?
Oh, don't worry.
You'll just get-
the DM
You just roll for it. Just
yeah.
roll for it.
Yeah, exactly. The
I will
DM
tell you later once your turn to
Oh,
act.
whoops. Wait, that was a wooden
Oh,
torch? What the
wooden
fuck?
torch. 15, 16. Wooden torch attack.
What the fuck? There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So DM, for our character models, it was red for HP, and then what was was green for temp HP, was it?
Yeah, actually, it's like red for HP. Okay, and after that, red for HP, and then green is usually for your armor class, and then blue is usually for your movement speed. But since everybody have the same movement speed of 30, so usually it's always ignored. So mostly I always put blue as either as mana points or hero points or whatever. But
Okay,
let
could I use
me
blue
do
as
this.
my temp HP representation?
Yeah, you can. You can use that as your temporary HP. Okay, round 1, ignoring Carlos, ignoring Ezekiel, straight to Petra. Okay, Petra, you see this disfigured, mummified creature actually charging at you. Since this is your first time fighting them, for you and Formado, both of you have to roll under the Magnus check. Okay, roll a D100 first for you, Petra. Roll for wisdom saving throw first. Wisdom saving throw first. Wisdom saving throw first. Okay, pass. No need to roll. You pass. You're not faced by this ghostly creature charging at you.
Roll for wisdom saving throw, I roll a 11. Am I very scared or something?
No, even if you roll 11, it's the same thing. The character retreats into her mind and become paralyzed. You are paralyzed for this turn. Luckily, you pass your wisdom saving throw. After this will be Formido's turn to roll for wisdom saving throw. Okay? If you fight more undead in the future, then you don't have to roll for wisdom saving throw because you just basically know they're undead. Okay, Petra, your turn. What do you do?
I was like, eh! It's
Hit
like,
them with your heart.
I like, eh? And then now I like try to run back 15 feet. Then let me turn on the spell. To the nearest one. Wait, how near is it? Wait, 60 feet, right? It's more than that. It's more than that. It's like, eh, there. I just cast that. Get away from me! Get away from me! I just like,
On this one, right?
yeah, the whichever is the closest one to me, like whichever is the closest one to me.
Okay, rolling a wisdom saving throw on the creature with spell save DC. Okay, wisdom on a 12. Okay, 1d4 psychic damage, please. Wow. I think you must be saying something like, your mother must be a mummy because she's all wrapped up around my fingers. Yeah, it's not like that. No need to show. Right. Okay. 1 HP is really nothing to them. Okay. So you only
Oh wait,
deal.
One more. I got. So I cast it on. I cast it on Formido.
Wait. Is this all bonus spells? Okay. One is one action, and your bardic inspiration is
Bonus. It's a bonus. But the inspiration
bardic
is a
inspiration.
bonus.
Okay.
Vicious mockery is a cantrip. So
Action.
yeah, a move, a spell, and a bonus action, and I'm done.
All right. Okay. Minus 1 HP for this guy, and then that's done. Okay. Adis gonna act. Mummy. All right. Since the closest one they can see is Formidor, they attack Formidor instead. Okay, rolling to hit. Alright, Formidor. Nope. I think your armor class is higher than 12, so it doesn't hit.
Yeah, my armor class is 13.
Alright, the other one actually comes and attack. This one have flanking already. Right, rolling to hit, and okay, that's a hit. Formidor. It seems that the mummy actually struck you and hit you at the side for 4 HP damage.
Alright, it goes on to my temp HP.
Okay, the other one actually comes over and attack you, the same. Rolling to attack. And I have a 20, normal 20. Okay, Formidor, you got hit for 4 HP damage.
That one cracks through my armor and hits the flesh.
Wait, how come I don't see your score here in the turn order? What do you roll for your initiative just now?
No, the wooden what's it called? The wooden torch. Just now was his initiative. The wooden. Torch.
I got 21.14 for my initiative.
I'm just rolling for him. I'm just gonna put here. 21-14, is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
That means earlier on he should be rolling before
Yeah,
me.
and he should have rolled before you because I don't see him instead. I thought he lost. Alright, okay, Formido. Before the first one, before Petra, actually, you can hit either one of those 5 people. Who do you hit first before they come over and hit you?
Okay, so I would have for my turn probably because he would have bonus action, sort of the one that was charging him first. He's going to summon up dark tendrils of energy and he's sort of going to call upon, and he's like, with everything that I've gone through, you shall be nothing against what I shall do to you, as he casts Hex at 2nd level due to Warlock casting.
Okay, at the same guy that Petra hit, or a different mummy?
At the same one that Petra hit.
Alright.
And I'm going to choose disadvantage on strength ability checks. So anything, athletics. So that was the spell using his bonus action, and then he's going to use his action to cast a cantrip, and that cantrip is going to be Eldritch Blast.
Alright.
He's going to sum it up and just be like, and with this, add to the pain.
Roll to hit.
Roll to hit for range. Eldritch Blast, 1d8 force damage. Hopefully you roll, even if you roll 10, it won't die though.
Where is my thing? It's Prof plus Charisma, yes?
Yeah.
Prof
yeah, Prof plus Charisma.
I need to set that up as a roll command.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a hit. Damage?
Yeah.
1d10.
1d10 force damage plus 1d6 necrotic damage.
Yeah. Hex. If you score 16, it dies immediately.
Ugh, low rolls.
Oh, no, not enough. 4 minus 4. Okay, now
Skill
after
damage.
that,
And then I have to make 2 concentration saves for the hex. Concentration, how many... do you rule that if temp HP makes for concentration checks, or only flesh damage, DM?
If they actually, every time they successfully hit you, then you have to roll for concentration check.
Alright, so only once then, because I only got...
Do you not want to move?
He wouldn't have had a chance to, and it's also... he's trying to stay so that way everyone can see him. So only once, DM, or because I only technically...
You got hit twice.
Hit twice? Okay. I do have advantage thanks to Warcaster. So for the first instance... and Hex breaks. Yeah, Hex breaks.
It breaks. Okay, the last mummy actually trying to hit you, and with advantage, and I roll a 10 and a 10. Okay, nothing happened. Alright. Now round 2. Okay, I'm gonna be moving the Formido up first because he acts first before Carlos.
Yep.
All right, Formido, your turn.
Okay, so I'm surrounded. Hex is down, unfortunately, but I am surrounded. He's going to make note of what's happening around him and just being like, "Ah, not this again, not this again. Hadar, aid me now! As he's going to cast Arms of Hadar while he's completely surrounded, using another second level spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
His last one at that, so it's second level.
Every creature is hit.
Yep.
All right, saving throw.
Strength saving throws from all 4 of them, or they'll be taking 3d6 necrotic damage.
Yep, rolling. I score a 19. Strength saving throw. The other one is a 12. And the other one is a 9. And the last one is a 15. So 2 success. The first one, this, and this pass. This and this does not.
Okay.
Roll the damage, please.
Yeah, for the
Yep,
one,
11 damage.
Okay. The one that passed, the creature takes half damage but suffers no other effect. Okay, alright. Can't take his reaction. I don't think these guys will take any reaction. They're just hit. Okay, 11, right? 11,
Yep,
so round it
11
down.
damage.
This one is 5. And then this 2 is 11. Okay, alright. The other one is 11. And then the last one is just a 5. Okay, that's done. Okay, what's your next action? Bonus, if you have any.
Yeah, I'm
That
just
one was an
double-checking.
action. That
Yeah.
one was an action, so do you have any other bonus action you'd use?
But I'm double checking. No, unfortunately, I don't have any bonus action. But he's sort of at this point, like, there's no point. He's been yelling. He's like, "Guys, you better get your fucking ass in here now. I'm not dying today." And pass the turn.
Okay, Carlos, your turn is, but it's too far away. If you have any ranged weapon, you must use it.
Yeah, definitely.
But they're all in melee combat, so you have disadvantage.
Okay. I'll try my luck with hitting this guy, this mummy here. Since you said this one has failed the Arms of Hadar check, right?
No, you don't know that. That's my
Oh,
theory.
okay.
Just shoot.
Yeah, I'll just attack him. Advantage or disadvantage?
Disadvantage, they're in melee combat with a warlock. Okay, still hit. Okay, damage?
That's 5 piercing damage, and that's unfortunately I have no bonus action, so yeah, just pass the turn to whomever next to me. But as a movement action, I just move slightly here, basically. Let me just make it into an official 10 feet. Yep, that's my turn. I just moved 10 feet and that's it.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, easy kill. Well, you were so busy actually giving a prayer to Anubis to the dead adventurer, you were actually unaware that Petra and Formido was suddenly rushed by dead mummified zombies or whatever they are. But you took out your weapon and see that Formido is actually overwhelmed by all this undead. What are you gonna do?
So as I see the undead, I am disgusted. So insult to the natural cycle of life. May the flames of Anubis return you to the afterlife. And then
Okay, that's one action. Okay, that's done. Okay, get. Okay, go ahead.
And that's I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on this one here.
Sacred Flame is
Wait, does it
Alright,
actually?
cool.
Radiant. It's a radiant. It's
Yeah.
a radiant damage.
Damage here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does it actually hit like all nearby creatures?
only one.
Oh, okay.
Rolling for save, dexterity, and it scored a 20.
Oh, what the fuck? How
These are really fast and agile zombies. It dodged to the side.
Oh, a zombie, they sure are fast.
No. Ezekiel himself is shocked. He's like, the dexterity of these insults to the natural cycle is very high.
Then you realize one thing, Ezekiel. Maybe that's the reason why this wizard or this sorcerer died, because it seems that either they dodged his firebolt with pure dexterous move, or they're just lucky. And then you can move, bro. You can still move to defeat after an attack.
Okay, so.
I suggest you move to defeat, okay? At least go melee if these guys don't die.
So I'm gonna go. How far is thing?
30
I can
feet.
move it. Oh, there you go. Then I'll move in front of Ezekiel.
Oh,
Fine.
you're gonna get. Alright. Ooh. Hit
front
me! Hit me!
Yeah, I'll move in front of the warlock. It says, "You shall not die today under my watch, warlock."
And then. Okay, Petra, your turn. It seems that Ezekiel rushed in front of Formudo, facing the undeads in front of him, willing to actually take the hit to avoid them actually hitting Formudo.
I hit the one that I hit earlier, the one on the side here, right, Herbert? The one that I
Yes.
hit.
Vicious mockery again.
I say, please indulge yourself, please indulge yourself.
Hiya, one again.
And another.
Alright, rolling for wisdom saving throw, and I got a 16, so vicious mockery.
These are very, very wise and fast mummies.
You know my wisdom save is -2?
The dice giveth and the dice taketh away.
I'm wondering what the dex save is. I know that it's not very high.
Vicious mockery is minimum. Is it ignored when I pass, or is it still 1 damage even on a when I save?
Let me.
Right? No. Oh, nothing.
It's an all or nothing, yeah.
Yeah, nothing. No damage. Okay, Petra, that's done. Okay, here comes the fighter. Fighter man. Here comes Adis, the fighter man.
Is it right that we get an action, a bonus action, and movement in a round?
You can move, and just if you're not in range, right, Adis, if you move to defeat, you can attack. But if you cannot reach on time, I suggest that as a fighter, you rush to defeat, throw your spear.
Does how much movement does a human get?
You're in range.
Yeah.
You're in range.
Okay.
You're actually within range. Yep.
So I'm gonna move
Then
to
you get
20
Yeah, you got
feet.
flanking also because of Formudo and Ezekiel and you also get flanking bonus.
Oh, cool. And then I'm gonna use my glaive that has reach, so 10 feet of attack. And I'm gonna hit with the sharp end first. 17 to hit.
Okay, that's a hit.
Click on the word glaive. Click on the word glaive
Oh, wait.
so that
Just
the
on the
word
glaive for the damage.
Oh yeah.
Who do you hit anyway? I need to know who do you hit. Just ping it. Okay, that guy. All right. Okay. 12 damage. You stab it through its stomach or whatever intestines or bodily appendage it used to have, and then after that it falls down and dies. It doesn't really die though, because I still need to roll for his constitution save later on.
Okay. And then can I look at the other 3? Is there any that are looking weaker than the others?
That one it doesn't show because they all look dead to you, so you're not too sure whether they're weak or not.
They're Germans. Do I get a flanking attack on this one? How do
You already did one attack. Unless you have action surge, I suggest you use it.
Oh no, I got a second hit with the back end of my glaive, because of Polar Master. I think.
Yeah.
Polar Master. Alright. Okay.
So I'll try with that.
This one doesn't have advantage, okay? Oh, still a hit.
Oh.
Still a hit.
21.
The weapon damage dice is D4 and the attack deals bludgeoning damage. So it's just a D4 damage. Okay,
Is it
so
my
it's 6. Who do you hit? Ping for me.
This one over here. Oh, and then I think am I able to re-roll the 2 as well, because of great weapon fighting, or is that only on my main attack?
Roll.
Only when you roll only when you roll a dice. When you roll a 1 or 2, you can re-roll.
Yeah, he did. He rolled a 2 on the roll. He did 2 plus 4 because of strength. So according to the wording, yeah, I think he would, because it's whenever he does with a melee weapon with 2 hands.
You can re-roll the die and must use the new roll, even if the new roll is a 1 or a 2. Okay, go ahead.
1 extra damage.
Alright, 1 extra damage. Yeah, just knock it down, and that's about it.
Okay, and then I'll
Okay.
end my turn now.
Yeah, and your turn. Okay, now that I mommy attack, I'm rolling a 1d4 to see who attacks. 1, 2 is Pomodoro, 3, 4 is Ezekiel. Yeah, rolling. Okay, right, Ezekiel. Okay, rolling for damage. And okay, it hits you, Ezekiel, flanking, and you receive 8 HP damage.
Yo.
Okay, then this one, last. Rolling to hit. Okay, nope. You saw the attack coming. Actually, Ezekiel, and I bet you block it with your weapon. And these other two, I'm going to be rolling for their Constitution saving throw. Rolling and rolling. Okay, this one's still alive. This one is dead. All right, round 3. Formidable. What do?
All right, realizing that sort of it's quite the pickle of a fight that we've seen to manage to get in, whilst already weakened from the earlier blood curse. Fumido's going to turn and look upon this zombie here, the one was attacking him in the back, and his eyes are going to flash with a bright purple, and his voice is going to have a slight intermingling of a feminine voice, and it's just like, "By the darkest star, I curse you on this night," as he applies Hexblade's curse
Okay.
upon that zombie.
Mm-hmm.
And then
for 1 minute.
Yep. And then he's going to swing. He's going to grab his quarterstaff in 2 hands and swing down with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Nope,
11.
doesn't hit.
Ah,
It just hit his thick, dead skin, but nothing. The creature just looks at you and just the eyes turn and just.
and
You do realize that you are back to back with Ezekiel, the warlock, and the cleric, back to back. Rare.
light and
Wait,
dark against these things, and that's all I've got. No point trying to risk moving and triggering opportunity attacks. I need to
Yes,
hold my
correct.
ground, so I pass the turn.
Okay, Carlos, your turn. You see, Adis actually fought and knocked
Just
a
a
few of these
question,
undead creatures. What do you want to do?
Yeah, just a question. I'm not moving, just want to ask you. If I were to move here and use my spear, I can still reach, right? Thanks to my spear?
Spear, black
Yeah.
and white rules usually they don't really give range, but I actually do actually allow it to give range. But it they only let it give range is because you're playing on a top-down view, so you can actually reach the other square. Because you're playing isometric, so basically I will allow you to actually throw your spear while you actually run.
No, it's okay. I move to here, and for my action, I'm gonna be hitting this guy with... will I get advantage or disadvantage for using this one?
Ray of Frost, there melee, if it's a range attack, you have disadvantage. If you have to roll for range. It's a range
60
attack.
feet.
It's a range attack. Roll for disadvantage.
Really? Even though the range is 60 feet, I'm like, it's less than 60.
No, because they're stuck in melee.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I won't risk it. I'll
Oh,
just...
is that a custom rule that you do, DM? Because normally the penalty on range attacks only is if the person trying to do range attacks is engaged in melee.
Yeah, this one is if you're already engaged in melee, anybody that tried to do a range attack on against the opponent that you're fighting, they have disadvantage because you're moving around too much and you're frantically fighting, moving left, moving right. So it takes time for the person to aim and shoot. Because once you reach higher level, right? Once you reach higher level, no matter whether it's a disadvantage or not, you still can hit because you still hit anyway.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I just wanted to double check. So it's obviously like one of the hardcore rules. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll try a classic both. Maybe I'll hit, maybe I'll miss. So I don't want to risk using a spell. It damage them. So disadvantage. Oh, okay, it's a 7. And
What is it? A light crossbow? Is it a Ray of Frost or light crossbow?
no, light crossbow. I'm using my crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Aiming your light crossbow at the undead, trying to not hit Ezekiel or Stormador in the fray of the battle. Your crossbow actually hit the floor and actually misses. Okay, Ezekiel, now your turn.
just gonna go for lunge.
Alright.
So yeah.
Since we're back to back, I think so. I will go for this guy right here, and I will hold out. Ezekiel holds out his hand. He goes, "By the flames of Anubis, I send you back to the underworld. And then,
Just quickly, that's the one that I was engaged with, by the way.
oh, was it? Oh, so turn around.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to spin my character around. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know how to spin my character model, so I apologize. But yeah, I was fighting this one. Thank you to whoever spin it for me.
Alright, there you go. I'll be fighting this one, and Ezekiel goes, by the flames of Anubis, I send you back to the underworld. And he again
Okay.
flame. For 1 damage!
All right.
Quick now.
Dexterity.
Does he dodge it?
Dexterity saving throw. DC. Okay, nope, it doesn't. But 1 damage, 1 HP damage.
But it's radiant, so does it double?
It should be double. 2.
Yeah, so it becomes 2. Yay!
Minimum damage. We're chipping away at it.
You're doing better than me. Keep it going. I'm only dealing with damage.
you cinch in his skin. You're like, "Ugh." And that's
Well,
about it.
maybe in another few rounds.
All right. Okay, Petra, your turn.
I say, please intercourse yourself. Please intercourse yourself.
On who actually? The one that Ezekiel is fighting, or for one Prometheus is fighting?
That one
Right,
is
okay.
is fighting.
Saves. Okay, wisdom. And wow. Okay, natural 1. I mean, it's a natural 1, but I got -2, so it's 0, like -8 or something like that on my dice. Okay, so that's 3 HP damage. Still alive, Petra. You knock it. It looks at you. And then Addis, your turn.
Same plan as before. Just gonna get the glaive. Slash. Oh, if I move over here, can I attack it at its back?
Yeah, you have flanking. You have roll twice and choose the highest dice.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Does
that's
18
a
hit?
That's a
Perfect.
hit. Even the 13 is a hit. So yeah, 5 HP
Oh.
damage.
I'll re-roll that because I got a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, huge. 14. Jesus.
Oh, damn.
Wow. Damn.
That is a big
Okay.
hit.
You turn to his back. You took your spear, and how do you want to put the detail for how you kill this creature in front of you?
I'll aim for the neck and I'll just run my glaive all the way down its back, trying to split it in two.
And then you did that. Your skull split, and then you kill the creature outright immediately.
Beautiful.
As this happens, though, dark energy will seep out from the creature and begin to heal along Fumido's wounds, as per Hexblade's curse. Because when the
Mhm,
creature
yeah.
dies, I get some healing.
Mhm,
Oh,
yes.
so cool.
Equal to the warlock level plus the charisma modifier. Okay.
Yep, so I gain
Oh.
7 HP back.
Mm-hmm.
And if I've still got enough movement, Herb, am I able to come over here and hit this
Oh.
one with my hill?
Unless you can't attack anymore unless you move, unless you have action surge.
He's got the
That's,
bonus actions slam.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you can slam it.
At glaive hill?
Oh nope, doesn't hit.
No. Oh, do I get advantage hitting in the back or no?
Yeah, you still get advantage.
Oh, perfect.
Unless oh man. Alright.
What
How
the
do you
hell?
want to act? How do you want to declare this to combat death move?
Jesus. Well, it's only with the back of my spear, so maybe I'll. The last one, how I hit him
Just
going
whack him
down.
on the head.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe I'll just dunk him.
Penetrate it.
7 damage.
It only have what? The creature only have 1 HP left.
Oh wow.
Damn it! If I had hit 3, I could have killed it and sent
No,
it
if you got a 2 for the damage, you would have killed it. Remember, you rolled a 1, and it was Peter Radiant.
Alright. Okay, Alex, how do you want to do this? How do you want to kill this creature?
I
Slam it
reckon
with a spear?
I
How do you
reckon
want
a big dunk on the head and just trying to smack whatever's in there.
to... You punch the head with your fist, and it penetrated the skull, and you see gooey ooze from the creature's head, and easy kill. You see Addy's hand actually go through his skull, almost touching your face, and you see the creature's jaws and his eyes just dangling, and the creature just falls and dies right in front of you and Formidable.
And then I'll end my turn there.
And then that ends the action.
For Carlos, seeing basically like how you could say he'll just see like since this dead body, he's gonna take out his spear, stab the head, and then sever it from the body just to be on the safe side.
Alright. Okay. You stab it, and after that you kill it immediately, and it dies.
Mhm.
Okay. For this encounter, everybody receive only 80 EXP.
It adds up though, so
And you all realize that how this mage actually died was perhaps because of these creatures that lay dead beneath your feet now at this Ezekiel, Formido, Carlos, and Petra. You feel actually sorry for this adventurer, but you actually wondered how did the others even die if they were not attacked by such a creature.
alright.
Okay, moving from Formido to Carlos. Okay, Formido, what do you want to do? 2 actions.
Firstly, as much as you wish to make sure this guy has better rights, you chanting to your god brought those things over. So perhaps wait till we're done before you continue doing funeral rites in this place.
Agreed.
It could just be coincidence that
Yeah,
that
coincidence
as I
that
prayed,
you're having.
that I prayed to my God and gave this man a blessing for the afterlife until we can properly bury him to
Yeah.
summon these creatures. My
Coincidence.
God doesn't summon these kinds of creatures.
Well, let's just hope that it is indeed
Mhm.
just a coincidence.
Exactly.
Also, any sort of DM, do I see this over here? Just making sure due to like lines of sight. 'Cause technically, I can see it on the map. I'm just not sure if I'm supposed to.
Pardon? Repeat again?
Over here to the right, this big thing and all these other things here. Off to the right at the 4 o'clock.
Okay, you have to bring your character there first.
So I don't
Whose torch
actively.
is this actually?
I dropped it on the floor when I went into combat because I need 2 hands to have my glaive.
Alright.
So you need me to move my character to show. So I don't in character see that yet. Is what you're saying, DM?
Yeah, your in character don't see that yet.
Alright, I was just wondering, just because if I could see it on the map.
Only
You can roll
Carlos,
for perception.
only Carlos and
You need to roll for-
Edis have actually seen the 4 different bodies, but they still haven't told you yet.
No, Formodo actually
Oh,
sees this one.
Oh.
Formodo sees this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Formodo doesn't
I'm
know about
seeing-
this.
Yeah, I was checking about something else that I can see. I was just checking to make sure if I saw that or not in character, so I know how to act. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I could probably use a quick little break while you guys are checking over bodies, if you don't mind. That was quite painful.
I agree, Warlock. And then and Ezekiel goes as Warlock says it, as Formido says this. Well, if there was 4 of those, there might be more. And he casts Ice of the Grave. So it gives me the ability to sense the presence of the undead, whose existence is an insult to Can I put this in chat? What can I put in this chat?
Yeah, you need to put it in the chat. I need to see how.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's only 60 feet, though.
Only 60 feet. Nope, you don't sense anything.
Yeah, not now, but as we move around and stuff. So
Is it like a passive thing that you can always detect all the way, or you just need
It's
to
a-
activate it?
Activates a number of times equal to his wisdom modifier, so it's like he activates it and then it just like pings once.
That's it. What's your wisdom modifier? That's 1.
okay.
How many more left? Like how many ammo do you have left for Ice of the Grave?
2 more.
2 more, so 2 more times.
Yeah.
60 feet is too far, you don't detect them. Even if there was a sense of undead, Ezekiel, it was faint, but it was the creature that you killed earlier on. Their life actually fades from them and just vanish.
That's interesting. He says.
Okay.
And then he writes it in his journal.
Yes, you're right, in the journal. Okay, Petra, what do you do?
Petra Petra is like panic. It's like, oh, Petra can't take this. Petra does not like here.
And you
Petra
flee
suggests
the
to
you
that.
flee the dungeon.
No, I just flee to next to that. I don't want to be alone. Like Petra
Sweet.
says that we should get be done with here and get out of here. Petra feels unsafe here. Petra is just a delicate flower. Petra cannot fight.
Flower.
All right. Okay, Addis, what do you want to do?
I look to the party and say, "It's good to see how you guys handled yourself in combat. I think we need to make sure we're careful and we stick together. I'm still quite healthy, so from now on I'll try to lead the way and take most of the blows."
That sounds cocky. I'm still quite healthy. I'll lead the way. Just flex muscles.
And maybe I'll pass a bit of the wine in my water skin to Formido and say, "For the pain."
At this moment, Famido would actually be tilting his head to the side like he's listening to someone and nodding slightly before he sort of looks to you with like that slight choke, like, you know, when you're in the middle of a conversation and then someone else comes forward sort of thing, just like, what? Oh, no, I'm not one for drinking at the moment.
And then I'll take a swig for myself, and I'll say, "Does anyone else want some?" Wine from my water skin.
No, it's okay. Just save it for when we take a short break. Everybody, me and Addis saw there's about 4 bodies down this direction. 2 on the right and then 2 on the left here. They look like they suffered the same fate. Together with that body, there should be a party of 5 adventurers. But
How many was it from that group that you were looking for, Addis? Weren't we supposed to find a group at some point?
I think the group was investigating the merchant's request. I think that we're doing this for the sheriff. Although I could be wrong. Is that right, Herb?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Could it perchance be that they stumbled across here along the way, thinking that this might be for the Golden Army?
who knows?
Addis will think for a moment and say, "You could be right." Did that person we saw before with a book, did he have anything written in his notes? Or was it too charcoal to see?
Ezekiel never actually got a chance to even read at the burnt notes. He actually dragged the body and then put it there and gave him a prayer. You may need to actually head back to the body again and investigate.
But I say I don't want the body disturbed any longer because I had already given him my blessing for the afterlife. And
If you're too scared,
the body doesn't.
if you too
Okay,
scared,
Ezekiel,
then-
continue.
He died, and he's already gotten my blessing, and he should not be disturbed any longer.
Okay, right. Carlos, what do you want to say?
I go back to just check on the notebook just to see, is it completely burned?
Ezekiel already said don't disturb the body. You're not listening.
Yeah, no, I'm stopping him if he does that. Blocking the way from the body.
Doesn't
And
care.
you will have to
His
go-
character just doesn't care.
Yeah,
I
Carlos.
just simply,
Your sector doesn't care. Yeah.
And I'm pushing him. So can I roll for grapple?
Yeah, you can grapple actually. Opposed grapple, Carlos. It seems that Ezekiel actually grabbed, which actually went to the body.
what's the opposed grapple?
You can choose either athletic or acrobatic.
Let's see, athletic. I'm good on athletics.
So it should be fucking.
Hey, Herb, can I help Carlos by grabbing onto Ezekiel as well? To try
Yeah,
and
you
push him up?
can roll for event. You can actually. It's like help Carlos. You can
Can I
roll
give
for
it? Can I give
acrobatic or
Carlos
athletic.
advantage or something? Maybe.
I'm already,
Yeah,
I already bypassed it, but sure. I mean, yeah,
Don't
I
worry
don't
for me.
mind.
I was too fat and slow.
So I look at
Okay.
the notebook. What do I see, or is it completely charcoaled?
Okay. All right. While Ezekiel is actually being held by Addis, the strong Addis, is like, Ezekiel, it seems that Addis is actually stopping you from actually approaching Carlos for taking the bird note that you actually brought together to this entrance, that you actually told them specifically not to actually disturb the dead.
I'll
But-
Yeah, but it's vile act. You shall all pay at some point.
I look to Ezekiel and say, "Look, we're in a ruins. We've already disturbed the dead already."
It does not matter.
I'll say,
And also, how do you want me to pay? Would that be in gold or silver coin? Ay ay ay. I'm like, I just get back to the to me saying, either your god takes silver or coin, but if your god's way of mocking us by throwing away a bunch of zombies at us, then you need to re-question the worshipping of your god. It all happened when you started praying. Maybe praying.
You should watch your mouth right now, Artificer.
Ooh.
Ezekiel, just leave them be. It's no
We're
point
just
making
partying,
enemies.
partying.
Not just stand by as this fool.
How about, am I able to
I'm
interject?
My
sure
God.
you-
Okay, Petra, what do you say?
I'm asking, am I able to interject?
You can go ahead.
It says like, guys, stop fighting over dead bodies. We are not here for necrophilia. I'm not sure. Are you guys into it? But Petra definitely not into it, and Petra doesn't want to stay here any longer to fight over whoever want to fuck the body. Can we just get over? Can we just get over and be done with the dungeon and leave? Petra just doesn't like to be here, and Petra just want to leave here as soon as possible. Can we just please move forward and just be done with it?
As Petra was actually approaching this, Petra can see Ezekiel like forming a bowl, a bowl of light in his hand that is
Right.
crackling.
Okay, cackling. You're like being held by this. Okay, before I move to you, Carlos. Okay, Formido, you seem to be quite, pleased or happy to see what's going on. If the fighter Addis holding the cleric up on his arm, preventing Ezekiel from actually from stopping Carlos from desecrating the body by taking up the notes by rummaging through his belongings. And you just stood there and you lean at the wall and see all this. You don't really have to even do anything. What do you do, Formido?
Ezekiel, leave it be. Yes, I'm aware that your god would not want this. However, I'm sure your god would understand your intents. I'm sure your god wouldn't want you to throw your life away in needless cause and would rather you stay alive to promote the good word. I'm sure that understanding is something that the gods are well, giving. I'm pretty sure. You don't want to be making enemies in a place where you have no allies and you're in a tomb. It's best that we all work together and sort these differences out later when we're not bleeding and surrounded.
Okay,
And he
Ezekiel.
goes, desecrating my god and desecrating a dead body after I've already given it its blessing, unforgivable.
Okay,
If I
and then
I have to throw down my life for the sake of my god, I shall. Although I shouldn't be killing off this character out of character. I should be killing off this another person's character.
One
It's not
thing
for good
in
and shit.
One thing, I'm not sure if the DM did inform, but in character, Ezekiel and Formido do have a sort of mutual understanding because even though they're of different casting types, their gods are somewhat similar in their domain.
So just roll persuasion on me with advantage, please.
Okay, yes, because I'm not sure if the DM informed. Persuasion at advantage 1 and 2.
okay, Ezekiel, you are slightly persuaded by Formodo in this. You do have some mature understanding. You as a player and the character actually knows this, but when it comes to the dead and people or other adventurers that have perished for doing the task that they actually wanted to do, and for every adventurer that you've seen throughout your quest and throughout your adventure that perish in the lands itself, and you think to yourself like Ezekiel, even then also this person that died previously, it doesn't deserve to actually be disturbed by those that also disturb him, but maybe it does actually hold some clue. However, you have to remember that while you're actually saying that out loud just now to Formodo and others, you actually being hold and being grappled by Addis. And Carlos, what do you want to say?
I take the I flip through first the notebook, and is it completely burned, or are there certain pages that are, readable? The
Is
town.
some of it is like readable. Roll for investigation on the book. If there's nobody else that's going to help you in the investigation, you just roll for it with disadvantage.
I'll actually I'm probably holding easy
Yeah.
kill. So I'll look to easy kill and I'll be like, look, can we just read the book? We won't touch the body. And I'll that way I can help Carlos read this book over here.
Hey, Ezekiel, what do you say? Do you say, no, you must not desecrate the book?
Um.
Look, we promise not to touch the body. We'll leave the body, let it be, but we just want to see the book.
Material items have no effect on the soul,
Yeah.
Ezekiel.
So I'll sort of like bring myself. And he breathes in. Fine, but take that book from that fool.
I'll say thank you and I'll let go of his arm as well. And I'll walk
There
over
you
to
go.
Carlos.
Okay, so
Mhm.
I roll with advantage.
No, nobody have assisted you yet. If you
Oh,
roll
okay.
now, you roll investigation with disadvantage.
Oh, I'll now that I don't have to hold easy kill, I'll help Carlos look through
Okay,
the book.
at this, you roll first, investigation, and your
Mm,
score might assist Carlos. Okay, good. Okay, Carlos, now you roll for investigation, nor advantage.
okay, just normal roll, is it?
Just normal roll. Okay, Song of Rest. Okay, Song of Rest is a short rest. Okay, just improve attention. You have to wait for 1 hour. There's no short rest yet. Okay, Petra. So
Oh, I'm just playing the loot. I'm just playing to loot just to soothe the tension between the cleric, the artificer, and the fighter. Is like it's just playing.
So
Wait,
you're
roll
standing
a
next. So you're standing next to Addis and Ezekiel. Cling, 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 and you play next to them.
wait. Do a
Yeah,
performance
it's
check.
like
See how good you play.
Yeah, performance check.
In before Dragon Force through the fire and the flames.
Oh, shit!
Called it.
Right.
Ezekiel is instantly calm.
All of you actually calm the moment you actually roll performance like natural critical 20. Like
Yeah,
so,
I reckon any animosity is just like real at
It's just
peace.
gone. It's gone.
yeah, just gone. It's like this delicate power.
It's
This
like I love
delicate
you
power
guys.
to all the guys.
Anu Ezekiel just with the blessing of Anubis, please forgive for that please forgive them for their acts against desecrating the dead. It's just
So Addis and Ezekiel hug each other. I'm sorry for that. Let's be fair.
Wait, let me even make it much more. Well, let me make it much more sweet. You just see Carlos while holding the book, looking at the dead body and say, "Sorry for disturbing your eternal rest, but whatever you had in life might help us in our own quest. We will get back to your body and get you back to your family for proper burial, as the ritual allows it. Until then." We apologize for desecrating you and the rest of your companions should we find them, but we really need to know what happened to you. And that's when my investigation rolled a 13.
Okay. All right. You maybe need to take some time to actually read the book, and you may need to actually take at least an hour short rest if you really want to investigate this with the rest of your other companions. So actually look through it together. But if you want to roll again, it's gonna be with. It's just gonna be a roll investigation. It's just gonna be another investigation check on the book.
I look into the group and say, "Are you up for an hour of short rest? At least just so we can read the book and learn what happened, unless you want to keep going. We can
I'm
postpone
finding
this.
it interesting.
Okay, what about the rest of you?
However, if there's more bodies, it might be more prudent to gather all information, at least from the immediate area that we know is safe.
and I shall like to give them all blessings for the afterlife.
Before you give them blessings, we need to search their belongings. They could be hiding more clues just like this notebook. At least we won't be desecrating them before doing this. After that, you can bless them all you want. Hell, I won't even touch them after that. And that's when
And Ezekiel goes, fine, as long as you help me gather them.
I put the notebook in my backpack, and basically move all the way. Let me just do a proper movement. You just see him like moving. I'm trying to move basically 10 feet at a time to make it like, much more of a casual movement.
Mm-hmm.
And I move back to wherever I found the second patch of dead bodies, which is here.
So I'll follow him, and then I'd like to gather all the dead bodies and bring him back. Oh,
Hey.
where's my torch?
Who actually went to the dead body? Who first?
Me. I just went there first since I know I rolled a disadvantage at the beginning,
Petra.
but I did not know what my disadvantage gave me on the dead body. Unless you
Okay.
want me to re-roll again,
Okay.
I don't mind.
Carlos, the moment you actually head towards the dead body, well followed by Ezekiel, we actually step here. Roll for dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Both of us?
Hmm?
Both of
Yes,
us?
both of you.
20.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Ezekiel, the moment that you and Carlos actually went over to this body, immediately you heard a click sound. You quickly jumped backwards immediately, but Carlos was just too late. And you see a spike trap suddenly just appeared from within the floor itself, striking you, Carlos,
Mm-hmm.
and you receive 16 HP damage.
Oh, not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Can I come over here and just pull Carlos back? And
Yeah.
just be like,
Okay, Carlos, it's like you notice that your leg is actually bleeding, and your body is bleeding, your leg is bleeding. Ezekiel, you actually managed to actually run away from the trap. It just suddenly appeared, and you just found out that how this person died by impalation.
Well, now this is gonna put quite a dent. You just see like Carlos sitting like here, and I'll be casting for flavor. I'll cast Cure Wounds on myself. You just see him take out something like a medical scaver, and it glows green when he touches it. And instead of doing, what a knife or medical scaver does, which is to cut you even further, it looks like, doing the exact opposite, which is healing him. So I'll roll it. It says here 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which is my spellcasting ability is intelligent, and that is a +2, so 1d8 +2. Wait.
If all these bodies are going to be trapped, it might be prudent that we definitely rest after this.
I got back 4, so not bad. And
Okay. So you receive only 12 HP damage earlier on. You may need to reduce your HP.
Yeah, I did reduce it. Now I'm back to here.
Yep. So do I see anything that, apart from stepping, as soon as where Carlos came from, do I see anything like a floor that may have just gone down, or like a trap thing, and anywhere, yeah, like a trigger. As he
Okay.
stepped.
After you notice that he stepped on the trap, immediately after that, the trap went down to the floor. You look around, Ezekiel, to see if there's any trigger. Roll for perception.
Let me aid him on that. Oh, okay.
22.
No, you don't need to. Okay, Ezekiel, when you actually look at the floor, you actually notice that this whole place, there's a trigger.
Wow.
But also at the same time, there is a number of rocks and stones here that there doesn't seem to be any trigger. So if you're actually able to actually jump from one end to the other end here, but there is no way for you to actually jump from here to the other end. It's too far.
when you say trigger, is that like a rope, or is it like a pressure pad, or is it like a magic
much
Only if
assuming it-
only Ezekiel knows this. Only Ezekiel
Okay.
knows this.
Yeah.
He knows his
How
pressure,
much? Yeah,
but
I'm
what's the weight? He doesn't know.
holy shit. Fuck. So this here is not triggered. As far as I know, these aren't triggered.
Yes,
Oh my lord.
you have to be really acrobatic just to jump from stone to stone. But this one is the furthest one, so it's nearly impossible. You have to be somebody really agile for this one, which of course none of you guys have, which is a rope.
Yeah.
Wait,
Um,
how long is the rope?
There's no rope. It's a
And
trigger.
with
It's
the
a pressure
22,
plate.
I don't know anything about like. Oh, hold on.
Because if
If
anybody,
so,
if
once
any,
it's there.
Wait. Let Ezekiel
So,
explain.
hold on. So since these collars have stepped on it, is the like the spike continually going up, or is it like just that one time?
It went up really fast, and after it just went down again.
It went down, and then did the pressure pad go back up as well?
You're not too sure. You can't even see it. You did see the dirt, just like a bit of, when you try to shake like a powder, like a bit of a shake, and you see the powder move a bit like a smudge, and that's it.
Okay. Now these rocks behind me, are they breakable?
Those ropes. Do you have a hammer?
I have a mace.
Mace won't be enough. It have to be a hammer.
I got
actual
one.
hammer.
I got one. I got a hammer. I got a hammer, crowbar, the whole dungeoneering pack basically.
Okay.
What type of hammer? Is it a war hammer or just a hammer? Is it an attack hammer? A hammer that deals damage, actual damage?
Just a normal hammer.
Oh,
Oh
I have
no,
a
no
warhammer.
enough.
No,
No enough.
I have a warhammer. I have a warhammer. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I have a warhammer.
Okay, while you do that, okay, Formidor, you actually notice that a trap just got triggered, which actually indicate and tell you that this is how these people actually died. What do you do, Formidor?
It might be prudent that we rest, because if those people are trapped, who knows what else is forward. Most of us are hurt. It might be best that we figure out what happened. Maybe that guy's journal or notes might have the clue. Maybe he saw what happened and can outline stuff beforehand, but there's no point trying to push forward when we're already weak. We should regather our strength.
We can rest
Find out
here.
I also heard that just
Mhm.
because it's lit it up on my map. Do I see this?
Which one? Oh yeah, you see it easily.
Oh shit! And then do I say, look, there's people here. I tell them, chaps, there's people here, and then there's more people here. Is anyone able to maybe have a look? What might have killed these people? If
I got hit
it
the
could
first
possibly
time.
possibly another trapped hallway. He says.
I got hit the first time, so I'll do it again. I stand just here, and can I roll perception on the entrance of the hallway from like here all the way towards the other end to check if there's any trigger pressure plates or something?
If you're standing there, if you're moving from here to here,
Mm-hmm.
okay, then just roll for perception.
Oh, yep. I'm just gonna be doing that, and perception as normal. Oh man, I
Nope.
don't see.
You don't see it.
It's too dark.
Okay.
Yo,
Last action. Carlos, last action. What do you do? Before I go to Addis.
Yeah, okay. Can I know from my position how these people died? Like, is there anything visible on their bodies, the walls, or the floor itself, or even the ceiling?
From your view, from where you stand, if you cannot go closer to them, roll for investigation with disadvantage,
Okay.
or a perception check with disadvantage.
I'll do investigation. I'm proficient with that, not perception. Okay, not bad
11.
as an 11.
Judging by your 11,
Mm-hmm.
it seems that they could have died perhaps from the same impalation, but the way they die is different from the other ones that died the other side. So this one it could be either from, because you notice that even their skulls, but perhaps the skulls got impaled from the floor or their side. But you stood there and you think to yourself, you're not too sure. Alex, what do you do?
So I saw Carlos get hit by the spike trap. I'm seeing the dead
Mhm.
bodies.
Mhm.
I'm really interested in how the trigger happens. So I'm going to. Is there any loose rocks around on the floor? Even just small
Oh.
pebbles?
A lot. There's so many.
Easy. I'm just gonna clasp one in my hand, and I'm just gonna
Mhm.
throw it
Ping it.
down this way, like trying to make it bounce on the ground. I'm just
Uh-huh.
watching to see how the ground reacts.
All right. Roll for your either dexterity to actually, because you want to bounce the pebble. You're not
Mhm.
throwing at a certain direction. Roll for dexterity.
Is dexterity acrobatics, or is there a button I click for dexterity?
You can use acrobatics even.
Okay, cool.
Okay, it bounces and bounces and bounces up to only a certain amount, and then suddenly you see a number of spikes suddenly appear
Did the spikes appear like really quickly?
really quick.
Okay, so I don't feel like I could like sprint across really quickly and dodge them all, do I?
Ooh,
You try.
No. All right, that's fine. Can I get my glaive? It should have 10 feet of reach. And how far is it to this rock over here?
where is it? Which rock?
Sorry, I'll ping it again. Do you see the ping?
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it requires a really good jump.
Would it be more than 10 feet? I'm wondering if I could reach out my glaive and just tap the rock and see if there's any spike traps on it or if anything else gets triggered.
Okay, you need to roll for perception for that. The last roll.
Yeah.
You're unsure.
Oh no, sorry. Like as in, like I tap it with my my glaive. Does anything pop up? Or
You step on the floor a bit with your glaive, and a spike suddenly appear,
okay, interesting.
and it vanishes again to the floor.
Yeah, I'll look to the party and say, seems these traps are based on pressure when you cross the ground in front of it. It might be too dangerous to go this way unless we can come up with an idea to either climb over the traps or put something on the floor to make the spikes not.
Good chap. How about we break off these rocks and use it as a bridge? That's what I was thinking.
There's also another method we could. Wait, DM, how high are the spikes? Are they knee high or what when they appear?
Or so high.
Torso high. Okay. How about we simply put a rock on top of the trigger, wait until they show up, and just simply walk in between them?
That sounds good. Oh, are the spikes
Yeah,
really numerous, or does it feel like we can?
And then everything, like all the traps, just went across where the rock landed.
Wait, can you?
Three of you can roll for insight. Ezekiel, Addis, and Carlos. You think about whether this stone is more than enough. Okay, roll for insight. Okay, Ezekiel, 18. Okay, Addis. Okay, 20. Okay, Addis, you think to yourself, sure, this rock might actually, even if you break it, it might actually just give you an edge, perhaps only like 10 feet. But that's all. And even that, you would need to really balance yourself on the rock and not fall. If you fail any balancing check or any acrobatic, not athletic, acrobatic, and you accidentally fall, you're gonna have a lot of spikes stabbing at you at the same time.
What about what Carlos said in terms of, is there any, like if we put like pressure down on the floor and see where the spikes come up, does it feel like we could navigate through them? Like, or are they just everywhere on the floor and you can't even fit a body through?
That one you're not too sure because you're not too sure how many spikes are there on this floor.
Am I able to just use the end of my glaive and just start tapping the floor in front of me just to see, just trying to test that theory? So I'm going to tap a lot, or just like near this area, and see how many spikes fall up, and if we could like squeeze a body in between where the spikes come up, if that makes any sense.
Okay, if you stab here, you immediately see it coming up.
Does anything come up over here?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Am I able to so if I press my thing down, am I able to step and just test with my right foot. I'm gonna try bring it back if I can, if I see something come up. But I'll still put my weight down in front of it and see if it triggers.
Already cure wounds as he does that.
All right. The moment you actually put your foot there, you see the spike immediately come up.
What trolls? Am I able to quickly bring my foot back in time, or do I still
You
get
roll for dexterity with advantage +5 because you have your friends to pull you back immediately.
Okay, so
Holy fuck. Alright, dude.
wait, not that one. Sorry, not that one.
Dexterity,
okay.
dexterity.
Oh,
Okay.
Hey, nat 20, well done.
with
Right.
+5. That's with +5 even.
Oh damn,
Oh, we're like-
28.
We're like basically just grabbing you as soon as like we saw that.
Dude, I
above
should have
you.
just sprinted with that dexterity save.
Alright.
Just ballerina across the top of the spike.
I think if you were to tell me, DM, I'm gonna sprint all the way, I'm gonna ask you to roll for dexterity save, you go a natural 20, you sprint all the way.
All the
Meaning that all the
spikes just,
spikes
like,
behind you, like all the
behind
spikes
me,
behind you.
That's inspiration right there, holy shit.
Yes. If I could give you inspiration now, I would, but it doesn't stack. Okay, meanwhile, Formado, what do you want to do?
At this point, Fumido's just going to mainly focus on trying to sort of, he's like making sure, because he's realizing that he can see slightly further than everyone, so he's sort of just going to stand here and sort of just at this point keep watch, listening. Oh, hello, I just moved forward. Is that in my DM? Am I supposed to see this?
Roll perception. I know what you're looking at. Roll perception.
Yeah. I just want to double check, because, like, yeah, it's not sure if, Oof, 7.
Okay, you do see it, like a slight light in the distance, like floating crystals even, but you're unsure. You need to go closer.
Be careful moving forward. There's some glowing crystals in the distance, and I'm not sure we want to risk activating anything else.
Which direction, Warlock? He says.
Yeah, we don't need to tell you. Otherwise, it'll be player meta gaming and all. You can actually, as a character, you don't know it, but as a player, you know it.
Oh, I'm not referring to over here, DM. I was referring to down past the bodies.
Oh, down past the bodies.
I was
You mean-
referring
I thought
to
he was
over
talking
here.
to us,
This
that's why I
this
asked.
part is it?
No, other way. Down.
This part.
Over here where I'm pinging. Past where
okay.
they're trying to do their sprinting.
That means you won't be able to see it.
Yeah, that's why I was... That was double checking.
You won't be able to see that.
Yeah, that's all good. At this point, yeah, he's just going to sort of be keeping watch and listening at this point, because, you know, he's used most of his power trying to fight for his life there, and he's not super quick and nimble as the ballerina fighter over there.
Ballerina fighter. Okay.
He's not a healer of faith of under Anubis. He can't tinker with traps and gizmos, so at this point he's just going to keep watch, making use of the fact that he can see further in the dark than the others can.
Yes, just in case any undead, so they start sprouting from the floor or from the ceiling or anything. But Petra, what do you want to do? Do you keep on playing as old as time while everybody is like looking at some spikes protruding out from the floor?
Let me look for some heroic music so everyone is much more inspired.
Yeah, I was actually looking for some rock metal music using a harp.
Yeah, no problem.
I mean,
But-
with her early nat 20, you could just say she's playing Dragon Force through the fire and the flames. I mean, it's fast enough. It could sound like a loop.
What's your
Oh, I found one. Damn it! Damn, I found my favorite music as a harp. My
Ultra
God!
Instinct is hop?
No. It's Metallica. Rock
Oh,
music.
no.
What?
No way.
Okay, how about... Let's just do it. I don't mind.
Okay, can we get back to the game?
Yeah. I'm just with Petra. We just continue playing. All right, Carlos, what do you do?
Am I able, since basically we know from this end all the way to the other one is the pressure plate, am I able to disarm it using my Thieves' Tool, since I have Thieves' Tool in my backpack?
You are not a thief. I can tell you that. Trying to disarm it, if you fail, all right, you might actually trigger the trap as like immediately on you. So you can actually use your thief tool. You can use your dexterity with disadvantage. You
I
may have
have
the thief tool, but you're not a thief.
this tool
Okay,
proficiency.
it's just a proficiency, but still need to roll for disadvantage
That's
because you can't find the mechanism. You
Um,
do know where the pressure is, but the pressure is
mhm.
all over the place.
Okay.
And
It's two as
if
well.
the
Now
pressure
that
is right in the middle, if the pressure is right in the middle of each spike trap, that means you literally have to be like standing. Your hand have to be reaching out, and if you fail by a
Mhm.
certain number of score, then it will immediately just protrude out and struck your arms instead.
Oh, okay. What about my idea of permanently triggering the spike trap and navigating through them? Was there any space to do that, like from either here or the spikes that in here?
If you want to navigate, like earlier on using your insight, the only way is for you to jump from here
Uh huh.
to the rocks here and make sure you balance. Immediately after you land here, you know you need to balance.
yeah,
If
let's use a
your
bridge.
I
balance
know.
fail, if your
Yeah.
balance
Uh huh.
fail
Uh
and
huh.
you drop to either any one of the floors here because your balance fail, your dexterity saving throw will be at a disadvantage.
Yeah, I know that,
And
but I wanted to say, like, let's just say we drop a heavy object on the trigger and trigger all the traps to come up at once. Can we just walk in between them, or are there that many that we cannot even walk in between them?
you want to try that theory? I won't tell you, but I can let the theory go straight. I can let that theory go. Just go ahead and do it.
I
But I will not tell
first
you how many spikes there are.
Okay, I tell Ezekiel and Edis to basically get back into a safe distance. I simply, using my spear, I tap into where the trigger is with my basically spear and see how far the spikes would come up and how many, and are we able to just walk in
Your
between
spear
them?
is only a 5 feet reach, so you can only hit only one of it, which is this one.
As he's doing that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll start hammering this heavy boulder, like
Mm-hmm.
this heavy
All right.
rock from the
Yeah,
Okay,
bottom.
while he's doing that, you hammer that. Okay,
yeah.
just keep on rolling for strength, and you need to score at least higher, at least a 20, at least touching a 20, because this selenite stone here is actually quite tough.
It's quite tough. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And is this just in that one roll just to be able to crack it, the 20, or am
So you just
I
need to at least touch a 20.
at least touch it?
So you can, for every action once the player's done, right? Once it's your action, just roll two dice and make sure you roll 20. Not a natural 20, just a 20. Okay, Carlos, your last action.
Is there any space to navigate now that I have triggered the spike? Is there any space to walk in between them?
If there's any space to walk between them, no.
Hmm. There is no space to walk in between the spikes, is it? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that theory. Okay, and obviously the spikes are metal, right?
Yes.
Okay, we can forget about. If there were wood, we can just smash them down with a firebolt. That theory is down for the count, and we know
Is,
how these. I look into the group and say, any ideas? I thought maybe we can walk between the spikes, but that thing is out the window.
is it just the top of the spikes that are sharp, or is it the sides as well, Herb?
Even the sides.
Are they sharp enough to pierce through my chainmail armor?
Oh yes.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like walking. I actually think that was a great idea, Carlos, but yeah, it seems like we're not
Yeah,
able to do it.
yeah, we cannot do like walk in between them. There's like that many of them. Uh, Actually, the theory about the boulder thing, I have another thing regarding it. Herb, what if we chop down this boulder here, and basically I press on the spikes and everything to show up and roll it down. Will it smash away the spikes themselves? Or even dent them in a way
It'll
that
need
it...
considerable speed to smash through the spikes and stuff.
True, but
Like
at least
considerable.
because
And
I'm assuming this
big,
thing,
like
because I'm assuming it's
tomb.
basically...
Yeah,
Okay, you go first. You
Okay,
go first.
Ezekiel, you? What was it?
it'll need like tomb of the like tomb of the lost, like lost Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of fucking boulder to smash through a high door, a spike as high as a door, and it has to be rolling pretty fast as well, wouldn't it? Like That looks solid as fuck. We can't just roll it from how many feet? How far is it from? Do you think? Because it.
If we from our position, I'll pull up the ruler. If we were to
Yeah.
roll it down, basically from here, like depending
No,
on
we're
our
talking about, dude. It won't even go past the first spike. So it's
Oh.
from not even 10 feet.
around,
Like
you could
just
say.
to here, it's not even 10 feet from where we're standing, dude.
Perhaps you
9
try the earlier idea of using that rock
Just
to
use
make
it
a
as a
bridge.
bridge. That's
Okay,
that's
Prometheus?
what
You use the rocks.
It perchance could keep them down long enough for you to quickly salvage what's on their bodies.
Because we need, like, this thing is basically one bridge, but we still need to roll acrobatic. I say we cut down also this one and put them one beside the other one so that you don't have to roll for acrobatic. That way, it can be an easier bridge. We can chop down this and this, even though that they're smaller ones, but at least you can put them in front of them while you grab one of the big ones and you attempt to, like, just
So
roll it
what
to the
will
sideways.
happen is we have to use this, like, these as a small bridge to get up to here, and then one or two of us will need, and then it's a group effort. We'll need to put this up towards here
Yeah.
so that we
and-
can reach here.
Yeah, we chopped down also the other one, so you can have two long bridges that you can put them. You can put them basically. I'll just use the drawing method just so you can see what I mean. You put, for example, the smaller ones here for you to climb without having to, roll for acrobatic. The big ones, you'll put them, like, for example, one here and one like beside it, so you can be fully balanced on it. After that, the smaller ones here, you can tell the group for us to carry and give it to whomever will be standing on the bridge by either, a simple, catch away
as a bridge.
type.
We
Yeah.
use all these as a
Yeah.
bridge. Yeah,
You
that's
put-
what I was implying earlier.
Yeah. You put the
That was the
smaller.
thing, yeah.
You put the smaller ones here while you're
Yeah,
standing. While you're
that was the
standing.
initial plan anyway.
Yeah. No. Here's the
Let's get
modified.
shopping.
Wait.
Let's get shopping.
Wait.
Bardic inspiration, please.
Wait.
Jokes.
Here is the modified version. While you're standing on the smaller ones, you try and roll to the side both the big ones, for example,
What?
here. You put them here so that you can basically just walk on them and that's it. You've reached safety. Like,
What?
As good as is that in character or out of character you're explaining?
Oh, out of character actually. I'm like,
Okay.
You could say out of character. I'm explaining this. At least that way you can just roll them to the side, and like roll both of the big
What?
ones while you're standing here. You can roll both big ones from this direction to here, and see if you can spot a way, like to disable.
Roll.
Yeah.
That would if we're gonna, they have to be laid down there permanently as we go across. We can't. That's why we need to go back and grab all these. Because if we roll these, the spikes where these were on are gonna come up at our faces.
I reckon let's just try and get what's on these bodies first. Have a rest, look over that journal, and then see what we've got from there.
Okay.
Because we don't want to be spending too much time in here, because we've got to remember things happen at night in this area. Remember, there's the glowing lights and everything. And we probably want to figure out what's happening before it reaches that time, because whatever's happening then is probably not something we want to be involved in.
Yeah.
Well, we do have to put it to rest. So whatever's here at midnight, we are going to have to see. But I agree. If we're not feeling healthy, we should take a rest now. We'll gather the bodies and sort through them. I'm still pretty full HP, so I'm happy to risk grabbing the bodies and we can look through their stuff.
Do you just roleplay that in character? I'm pretty much still full HP. Let's rest.
Maybe not full HP.
That's
Maybe I'll
all.
say I'm still feeling healthy. Is probably the correct word.
Alright, okay.
Sorry, my bad. So I'm still used to. I'm just so new to D&D.
No worry. It can
Sorry, man.
still be like a
Do
joke.
not take any damage.
Yeah, it sounds.
I've yet to be
Let
harmed.
me just roll my acrobatics.
It's fun, isn't it?
We
Sorry,
don't need to risk that. We'll just use a rope, tie it like, throw it around the neck or something, just simply drag away the body.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, you can use your spear even. This one is the one that's closest. This and this.
I agree with the rope. Ezekiel goes, I agree with the rope, chaps, but further, further desecrating his body by stabbing it and bring it here like a. Is there barbecue in thing? I just out of character. Is there barbecue in this land?
Nope.
Oh, what
Like
barbecue?
Like
fishing
skewered
maybe
meat,
might
like
be.
skewered meat and stuff like that they sell.
I think he meant kebab.
Oh yes,
Yeah, like a kebab.
of course. All those foods
Further
are in the world.
desecrating this body has already suffered such a unfortunate death. Like I can't from the tip of my tongue use that word. I find a word. Such an unfortunate death, and treating it like a kebab. I don't think is a very nice thing to do. We can maybe use a rope, tie it like a lasso, and pull it back.
Suddenly, that sounds like Survivor out of the blue.
No, ma'am.
All right. Okay, what do you guys want to do? Okay, moving from Formido. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, let's at least try with that. But again, we shouldn't be taking too many risks when injured. So I reckon at least getting those closest. Check through the journal. I'll try to gather back what power I can. And honestly, probably check out that crystal area as well, so that way our backs are covered, because we don't want to be moving forward when our backs are exposed. So I reckon we grab what we can, move back to the room we're in before, since we know that that's relatively safe, and then check out the crystals that we saw where the creatures came from. I reckon that's our plan of attack that we should do. As for actions, he's just going to keep watch at this point.
Okay, Petra, what do you want to do?
Petra just continue play the lute. She says that whatever you do, Petra will support you in spirit. Then Zach continue playing the lute. Oh, but can you put the rock and roll? The rock and roll.
You mean the highway to hell thing?
Yeah, highway
Yeah,
to hell.
whichever works, whichever works.
Well, hopefully they're only going to rock and there won't be any roll. Because if they're rolling, it's rolling into spikes, and I don't think that's fun.
Yes. Okay, bring this. Okay, Petra done. Okay, Addis, what do you want to do?
If the party wants to regather strength and have a short rest, I'm
Yeah.
more than happy to do that. And yeah, if we can gather the bodies, I'll just look through their stuff during the short rest.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. It's okay. You guys are. I think we have to end the session another half an hour. Hey, wait. Is it? 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm not even counting the hours. Okay. So Ezekiel, what do you want to do?
So I'll ask who's got the rope.
I got some.
Could I borrow that rope, please, my good chap?
Yeah, I'll throw it over to you.
And then, as my action, oh shit, why am I drawing? I'm sorry. As my action, I'll try and lasso the rope to here.
The reason you're drawing is you're probably not selected on the select and move. You've probably gone down to the
Yeah.
paintbrush.
I did. How do I then turn that off?
Click back on the cursor and put select and move, and then it should.
Yeah, there you go. No, I got it. So I will then throw the lasso for my first action. Throw the lasso on this dead body head. What do I need to?
All right. Dexterity.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Just dexterity.
That's
Just dexterity.
Oh shit, 6.
It's like you try to rope. You try to actually lasso the dead guy.
That was a dex save, I believe, not
Oh.
actual pure dex.
Oh, sorry. Ah, there you go, 16.
Okay, try again. You manage to actually wrap the rope around his neck, and then you fall to his shoulder, and then you drag him in. The moment you actually drag him out, the spike suddenly activated, and then stab him on the torso, ripping in him half. And now you only have the upper half of his body.
Fuck. Oh, my poor man. I am so very sorry. I did not mean for this to happen. I just wanted you out of there. Oh God, please, of Anubis, please forgive me for desecrating this dead body, as he prays. So I only have one half, so the other half is here as well.
Yeah, still stuck there.
So I will take off the rope. For my second action, I'll take off the rope and then I'll put it on another one and throw it on the other half of the body.
Right. Okay. Dexterity.
We're going corpse fishing.
Yes. Right. You tried to grab the other bottom half. You only see his stomach and his intestines sticking out. Okay. Because of all this horror that you guys are looking at, please roll for wisdom saving throw. All of you. For madness check. Okay. Fail. 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 And whoa, Formido was like, nah, I've seen this before.
I've seen work, and I mean, it does make sense considering his background, DM.
Yes, correct. That's why I was like, it's like natural 20 for a war doctor. It's like, yeah.
I just simply
It's like, but everybody else, Commodore, you
this
turn
is-
to the left, you turn to the right. Everybody else is like, those that score below 10, right? It's like puke. You puke. Okay, Ezekiel, Carlos, Petra, and Adis, please roll a d100.
Well, I did not score below 10. I scored at 10.
No, your score 10, but still need to roll d100. Okay, who rolled the 32? Adis, right?
Yep.
Okay, 32. Okay, alright, 32. The character, 32 Adis, the character becomes frightened and must use her action and movement each round to flee from the source of the fear. So you run away 30 feet, no, you run away 60 feet away from this source. Okay, 98. 98 is Petra. Whew, man, 98. The character falls unconscious.
Oh, poor Petra faints.
Petra faints. Oh my lord! Faints. Okay. Carlos, 33. 33. Okay, again. The character becomes frightened and must use her action and movement each round to flee from the sword of fear, 60 feet away from the source. You run away. This is temporary. This is only temporary until you pass madness check. Easy kill. 8. Okay, easy kill. Okay, the character retreats into the mine, becomes paralyzed. Okay, easy kill. You're completely paralyzed the moment you see the
I sort of just like, you know that famous
I
painting
think-
where his hands in the face
I
and
think-
his
I
mouth
think
is
this
just
is-
open, the Van Gogh painting.
I think this is
Okay,
basically. I think basically this is a divine sign. Stop trying to bless the bodies. Stop trying to give them proper burials, and just loot them and enjoy. Yep,
Right.
Your God
Okay,
says. Your God
Formidor.
says to them. Yeah.
Formidor, you see Carlos run away, it's like screaming. At this, like ran away, couldn't even bear the sight, and he like ran away. He can't see this, and as Petra fell unconscious, Ezekiel just stood there with a rope tightening. It's like pulling the decapitated body of this poor adventurer, like oh no. And you from the door, like
I ran away.
Just
Yes,
thinking
but not
in
screaming.
wait, okay, and then from the way we do.
thinking inside his mind, he goes, "Oh, these guys can't handle my Tuesdays, it seems." All right, and he sort of just is going to speak calmly. It's like, all right, seeing that this is happening, let's get you all resting. He's going to try to like pick up Petra so he can like somewhat carry her
Okay, roll
away
for strength.
from the body. Roll for strength. Pure, athletics or just pure strength?
Just strength, just pure strength.
Pure strength.
You lift her up easily. Okay, put her on your shoulder, and you just
And
carry
it-
her away.
Yeah, and it's going to be like, all right, come on, you two. Let's go this way. We're resting. And he's going to just start bringing Petra and all that back to the room that's deemed, like, safe.
Okay, roll.
Sorry.
Okay, Ezekiel, go ahead.
No, sorry. What was it? Roll what? I'll listen
Okay.
before I do my thing.
No, because those that actually ran off, like Adis, you actually see Formido actually dragging Petra. And Formido, in order for you to actually find out which place is the safest place to rest, roll for insight with advantage.
Insight with advantage. Ooh, okay. 1 and 2.
Right, 17. The safest place to you, Formido, is not here in this dungeon. This whole place it reeks of dark and death. The only place that is actually safe is 60 feet all the way up to the main entrance.
For a long rest, or that's just for a short rest, even?
short rest, you can rest here at this pillar. But for long rest, upstairs is the safest place.
Yeah, I believe the main thing at this point was we were going to short rest at first because it's still like middle. It'd be middle of the day roughly.
Yeah,
I think
it's the
by
middle
this
of the day
point.
now. It's the middle of the day.
Yeah, so I was thinking, yeah, this room sort of here where we were before. So he sort of, whilst carrying Petra's, just going to sort of move towards like this corner area, so that way it's sort of like we've got an escape if need be, and we can sort of see the main entrance. And like Petra can't defend herself, so it's sort of like needs to get her out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Any enemies that try to hit her will have advantage, and you did that easily. Okay, Addis, you see Formido actually bringing Petra towards the corner of the wall. What do you want to do?
So I'm still pretty shaken up by what I saw happen to that body.
Yes, you have to pass. You have to pass a wisdom saving throw in order for you to return back to the remains of that body. If you succeed, then you go back. If you don't, you're still scared.
I'm still pretty scared, I reckon. I'll probably sit here and just collect my thoughts for a while.
All right.
And just sit with the party.
All right. Okay, you see that. Okay, Ezekiel, your turn. You're petrified. You're actually paralyzed.
Paralyzed. Do I have to make a sort of roll or?
Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
Rolls a 1.
Nope, 19. They pass. Okay, Ezekiel, you actually slap your face within that short second, telling yourself, "Step out of it, man!" And
Step out of it! Step out of it! You need to save this body!
you see the half remaining body with the rope. You see the other half dragging. You're about to puke, but you remain calm.
Yeah, he sort
What
of
do you
like
wanna do?
reaches like, and then he'll try one more time. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Unable to. Okay.
Oh my god!
And your torch ran out. You're in complete darkness. And you're alone. And you're alone.
He sort of just
Wait, what
ends up
happened?
in a fetal position.
Wait, what happened?
His torch
Why is it all
ran
dark?
out. He's in complete darkness and he's all alone. Roll for wisdom saving throw. Again, if you fail, it's under the madness check. Okay, you pass.
This darkness does not face me.
He had his back against darkness before. He went back to back with the warlock. He's had the dark at his side.
All right. Okay, you have to reduce your torch again by 1 and take out another torch.
Where's my torches? Okay, I think I'm out of.
Hey, don't you have the light spell? Don't you have the light
I
spell?
have 10, so I have 9. I don't. Nah, I don't. Nah, I don't. So I'm down to 9 torches, and then he goes, puts it back up. You think this darkness fades me?
You scream out loud. Roll for perception.
Oh no!
Oh God!
Well, you scream out loud. Okay. That loud echo in the distance echoes. You think this darkness can face me? You heard that from the door. You heard that. Everybody heard that. But in the distance, around this particular corner,
Someone answers back. Fuck off.
you hear.
Oh my
Oh
god!
fuck! Can I cast Eyes of the Grave?
Yes, go ahead.
60 feet, I believe, is the abilities.
Oh, hopefully that's more than 60 feet.
Is it enough? 60 feet? I
Yes,
need to see.
47 and a half.
All right, yeah, that's more than enough.
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay.
Oh, I believe
Okay.
an easier way to check is if you click on. You could use the radius aspect. I believe would be the easiest thing. So if you click on the gear, so if you click on your token, click on the gear, and scroll down to token aura, you could put 60 feet and then show, and then it'll show your aura for a second.
Oh,
So you put
that would be awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, let me try that.
That one also.
Yes,
Yeah, that one.
yes. Oh,
It's
you
the
got
same as
that.
the ruler.
yeah, it's only for one round though, but it's a good way so you're not having to do the ruler all around you.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same as the ruler also. It's the same. So you put it around, it's still 60 feet. Okay, you heard it. It's actually coming from this side. And you see the aura, and then you sense the number of creature, undead apparently, arising from 1, 2, perhaps. You're not too sure how many.
Holy shit. Guys!
You're on your own. Nobody tell you to drag the body. We never. I mean, as much as we're
No,
interested in
y'all,
it.
y'all had to run away. Like, you had to run away because of the madness. And then Fumido took him up. Like, it wasn't by choice that I was left because I was paralyzed. But I was like, guys! Does anyone hear me with the echo?
You have to really scream out loud. You have to scream really loud, then you attract a lot more attention.
Actually, you are in
Do I
an
really wanna
advantage
do this?
situation. No, you are in an advantage. They have to trigger the trap. They'll take damage over time as they pass through it. So,
But I don't know that. But I don't realize that yet. But I'm just gonna be like, guys!
That perfectly cut scream of the mic as well.
That's pretty good.
All right. Okay, when you scream, Carlos, you heard the scream in the distance. Okay, in order for you to regain back your composure, roll for wisdom saving throw.
Me? Yeah.
No, Carlos. Okay, still fail. Okay, Carlos, you're unable to actually arrive at this location where Ezekiel is. You need to actually run away from that location, which is either up
uh,
or further down here.
I ran away more than 60 feet, but since basically no traps has been triggered, so, and I see obviously this crystal here, I'm like,
Mhm.
ooh, what do we have here? I basically walk very slowly, ignoring his scream, and to me, he's like, he brought this upon himself. Nobody tell him to drag the body or to, to try and bless it before we can loot it. I obviously see the big wait, do I see the gigantic crystal rotating, or do I see them gathered in one spot? The
You
big
all see them rotating. You actually see it rotating. It's like this is if you're close to there, you actually notice it.
Oh, okay. I advance very carefully, and I notice that these smaller crystals. Can I roll investigation on the one in front of me without touching it, just to see what either can see in terms of writing or images?
Okay, roll for investigation.
Okay. Ooh, lovely.
Okay, Carlos, you actually look at the floating crystal. You don't see any writing. You don't see any words. You don't see anything inside. It seems to be some sort of a floating crystal that is resting on some sort of a pedestal.
And
And you
obvious.
see quite a number of them, and you see quite a number of them using your night vision. And they're all floating, but the one that's actually visible and the one that intrigues you the most is the one in the middle, the floating crystal around the statue.
Does the number of floating crystals match away with the smaller ones?
Okay. Roll another investigation. Your last investigation roll. Okay. You're actually unsure. You actually need to go down and head over here
Mm-hmm.
and investigate it further. Only then you can.
I'll wait here in my so-called turn to also calm down from whatever the cleric did, and to Carlos, he's like, "Wow, a cleric does enjoy desecrating bodies and splitting them in half, just like any of the rest of us. Looks like the whole crap about blessing him is just, a ruse for his personal enjoyment." And that's when I
Okay.
just walk here, rest temporarily on the wall. I just want to ask Fromido, how do you do the whole text of your character resting at a wall type of thing?
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Let's
how
do
you
this
do
again.
the emotion? It's
Yeah.
/EM.
/EM? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, /EM. Okay, Formodo, what do you want to do?
So I hear this cut scream of the cleric, and
Harry. Yes.
he's just gonna sigh, and he's going to pull out one of his own torches and tinderbox and light that, and then hand it to Addis, because Addis no longer has a torch, and I think he'd like to be able to see.
Hey, thanks, mate.
I'm just marking a torch off on my sheet. So like, I don't need to make use of this torch, but I'll give that to you.
Thank you.
Now, the cleric's probably screaming his head off about this body still. Oh. I'm just going to pick my head around the corner, but honestly, I'm too weak to try and risk anything. Petra here is literally fainted. We need to take this rest. I'm going to go poke my head around and see what he's screaming about, but I'm probably just going to be coming back. So we're just going to go walking to about here, because it's about like 30 feet, roughly. And just sort of peek around and just look at like why Ezekiel's screaming.
And with a look of like pale-faced look, right? With a pale-faced look, you know, like one of those animes where he's like his cheeks are gone in, his eyes have like gone inside, and just a blank look of fear in his face towards what's his name, Fumido, and he goes, it starts pointing. It's shaking. His like his hand shaking. He's like, "Mom."
Fumido's just gonna sigh, just like, oh, by the Raven Queen, get over here, and let's try and set up a defense before we try and rest. Like, seriously, hopefully they will get impaled on their way through, but we really need to rest, and you really need to stop pissing off your god. And then he's immediately going to start walking back over here and sort of stand about here. So he's still got sort of like lines of sight to the entranceway and just be like, and look to Addis and be like, the cleric angered his god and got more dead on the way.
That's the
Jesus. I'm starting to wonder which side this cleric's on, or if he brought us here to kill us.
So what do you call it? Ezekiel takes out another torch before he heads off. He takes out another one. And then where's the torches? Torches. So he throws this torch. He tries to throw this torch towards here, just to see if he can see like exactly how many. Because I know he can sense that there's a few. He just wants to know how many. He just wants to know if he can throw it. So
Okay, roll for strength or dexterity. Okay, if you're higher, then it will be higher more than 30 feet. So you will only land here, 30 feet.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So he should be seeing how many, right?
Oh yes, he sees actually. Not how many, but quite a number actually. But they're just like moving around aimlessly. You do actually see one or two, but you can't see the others. But your aura is like ringing like a fire truck, literally. One is like moving here and here.
Oh dear, Anubis.
They growl. But they have not noticed you though. But they did actually see the torch, but they're not really attracted to the torch. Maybe you should scream louder.
And
Or maybe you should follow Fumido's words when he said, get over here. And stop
So,
pissing off your god.
as he sees this and he hears like his sense, his eyes of the grave just starts ringing off his to a point that he's gotten a headache and it's like, but it's called the Anubis.
Also, nobody has came to help you. Nobody's coming to help you, so he needs to realize that. No
Bro,
matter
you
how
don't know this.
because he's been screaming. Because he's been screaming, and yet nobody's coming to help.
No.
I mean, the Warlock did, but it's just the Warlock's like...
This is just his inner fight with fear right now. This is his inner fight with fear. You don't know this. Hold on. So he goes, by the god of Anubis, this place is tainted. And as he runs, guys, and he runs all the way back.
I just say I'm scared for poor Carlos, who's just in the dark on his own, just hearing screaming, separated from his party.
Right. And after you ran up actually from with the others, but they realized that Carlos is not there. So where did Carlos go? So they had to find out.
Can I roll for my wisdom save?
Yep, roll for wisdom save.
Oh, yay!
Okay, you pass. Okay, you're actually far away from the source of death, but you actually hear this crystal area actually looking at it.
I get
What do
back
you want
in.
to do, Carlos?
Okay, I get back into this crystal. Does it emit any aura that I can feel? Actually, wait, let me just check something if I have. Ah, yeah. Can I use this on the crystal or cannot?
Choose one object that you must touch. So you're touching this crystal.
Yeah, I'll be touching this crystal very carefully with just like one finger while casting this spell so I know what this crystal is and or what does it do to the big one. Or to the floating ones,
Okay.
that is.
All right. Okay. That one will not tell you whether this crystal can actually affect the big one because the spell doesn't actually tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
It just
Does take
tells
a
you whether it's magical or not. That's it.
Oh, okay, so this thing is magical, is it?
Do you use the spell? Did you use the spell?
Hmm.
Because you asked me whether does this spell actually could be used for this, but did you use the spell?
Oh, and it's got a casting time too.
Yeah, casting time 1 minute, which is 10 rounds.
I'll better hold on. I better hold on that. But I do carefully, if I carefully lay down one finger on like the pointy tip of the crystal, does something happen?
Nope. It's sharp, but nothing happened.
Okay, what happened when I tend to rotate the crystal clockwise? If I like just rotate it once clockwise, does it change anything? Or does something
You
happen?
rotate it, even though it floats. You rotate it clockwise. You actually move it. Nothing happens.
Okay, that's when he's just relaxing and he's like, okay, touching does nothing, rotating does nothing. And it's obviously transparent, I can see through it, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, we can forget about the idea there's something inside of it. Okay, he just simply will retreat, walking where he come from. He notices that Ezekiel is gone, so he's like, ugh. If a cleric would do this, what does leave the rest of us? On the torso, the upper body, do I see any backpack or anything?
Backpack on the
Yeah,
body
yeah,
itself.
on the body, or anywhere that I can basically search for intel that can tell me what was this adventurer and his party were doing here.
Okay, you do actually see a backpack. It's an explorer's pack.
Oh, and obviously has all the explorer pack stuff. I take off the backpack and everything so I can search it later. Nothing else is on the body, is it?
Yep, nothing else. Most
Uh,
of it is most likely on the other part of the body, which is still there at the wall.
Oh, okay. I simply like
Huh?
leave it at the wall and go
Yeah,
back.
go get you.
I go back
Where is
towards
it?
the rest of them,
Okay.
and just
Okay.
while basically saying as I hold the backpack, "Sorry, I was late. Look what I got." And that's when I just simply put the explorer pack here in the middle, and obviously has all of the basic supplies in it, right?
Yeah. You don't notice that few of the rations is like only like left like two, but it's filled with maggots, like eating it. Probably have maggots from the dead body. So you threw
Mm-hmm.
that away immediately.
Yeah.
And you do actually see 4 torches they actually take.
Mm-hmm. I put
And
the.
other than that,
Mm-hmm.
you don't see any gold pouches. I think it's probably on his other half of the body.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the weapons and everything is probably on the other half of the body. So the only thing you find is the other parts, which is found in the explorer's pack.
Oh, okay. So four
Okay.
torches are the usable things, the 4 torches. No water skin or the crowbar or the rope, or are they there?
Mm, Nope.
Okay. I simply walk over here and rest and start reading the notebook that I got from this dead guy.
All right. Okay. Addis, what do you do?
I think because I'm feeling very healthy, and I know that some of my party members need to recover, I'll probably stand on front, and I'm just gonna stay on watch,
Okay.
and just watching the corridors to see if anything comes.
All right. You're gonna be a sitting watch for 1 hour. All right. Okay. Easy kill. What you wanna do?
Crawl into a fetal position, and just hopefully pray and go. This place is tainted. This place is tainted. This place is tainted. This place is tainted. This place is tainted.
Okay.
For my short rest.
Okay. You can turn off your eyes. You can turn off your eyes already. The duration's gone.
How do I do that?
Okay. All right. Okay. And after you say this place is tainted, this place is tainted. You know this place is tainted.
Sorry, I just don't know how to turn it off. That's all. So just,
Oh.
Just to turn off your aura, you just set it to just leave the number.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's done. All right. Okay. He said this place is tainted. This place is tainted many times. Yes, it is obviously tainted, and that's the reason why you're here, to make sure it's not tainted. And he stood there, and then he rests for that hour. Okay, Petra, roll for wisdom saving throw.
Just before Fumito would have tried to sit down to relax to try and get his power back, he would have tried shaking her awake, trying to assist in getting her up from that faint if possible.
All right. Okay, roll another time, Petra, with advantage. Highest roll. Okay. All right. You actually woke up from your conscious state, and you realize that you're somewhere else now in the dungeon, actually sitting next to Formidor, actually trying to wake you up, Petra, but shaking. And you look around, your harp next to you, Formidor next to you. You see in the distance that Carlos is at the wall, sitting and reading a book, and the dead remains of another adventurer at the entrance. Ezekiel mumbling to himself near the stalagmite. This place is tainted. This place is tainted. And in the distance, you see the fighter Addis flexing his muscles, holding the spear tight, looking around like the perfect guard he is. Here, Petra, what do you want to do?
I look at Fumido and say, oh, I thought I had a nightmare. I thought I saw a half body. Oh, sorry. Wait. Let me rephrase that. Oh, Petra thought she had a nightmare. Petra thought she saw a half body of a dead man. Oh, that was just a nightmare.
Unfortunately, Petra, it did happen, and you fainted. The others panicked and ran. I seem to be the only one who's not phased by this stuff. But we all managed to get back here at least, and we're about to take a rest, so you can try and sort of get your power back if you wish, recover before we continue onwards. Might be a good idea to steal your minds for what's ahead.
Oh dear. Petra doesn't seem to want to continue doing this anymore. Petra is but a bard. Petra can't do a lot of things. What should Petra do? He's like,
Well, unfortunately, we have to clear this place, otherwise it's just going to keep being a bane for everyone else. Once we're done with this location, you're free to remain in town if you wish, or you could, stay with us, but we need to clear this place. Plus, these have turned to look towards the kill. It'll get him to stop chattering and repeating like a bleeding core about all the places.
I have to say your line is breaking off very bad on my side. Your line is breaking off very bad on my side. I can't even hear what you are saying. It's literally you're speaking cut off, speaking cut off.
Is my mic cutting out?
Cutting in and out from my side.
Fumito pretty much just said in character about how we need to finish clearing this dungeon to not have Ezekiel continually, going insane and mumbling how the place is tainted and how, this just doesn't seem to faze him. It's once we've done with this, and we get back to town, if you wish to remain, playing your music at the bar or continuing to work with us, that is up to your discretion, but we sort of have to sort of push through at this point for now. We need to, the only way out is through, pretty much.
Even the cleric couldn't do things. What is Petra gonna do? Then I just strum the C chord as
It's on the secret. Cling. Okay, that's it. Alright. Okay. Formidor, what do you want to do?
Oh, wait, come on. Since everyone
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah, the
rest,
Song of Rest.
since
Okay.
everyone
Yeah.
is rest, right? So I just play the song of rest with the loud C chord. It's like drum.
Alright. Okay, regains an extra 1d6 hit points. Okay, but also I allow you guys to actually roll 2 hit dice plus the 1d6 to heal back.
That
Two,
is
okay.
only 2d8
Two,
plus what?
four.
Do we add our con
Wow.
score or not?
No, not for
No.
short rest.
Not for sure. Okay, and then the Song of Rest.
Okay, I got basically a 10.
Wow. Ezekiel must be really, really scared. He's like 4 and 4.
Wait, and do I
Oh my god!
wait? So do
Oh,
I?
for what?
Yeah. So do I now roll a d6?
Someone screenshot that, please. Please.
It's on video. It's already on video. Can I have a screenshot?
It's
Okay.
already on video. I get back full health basically.
Wow, Formidor even 5, like 2d8 plus
Yeah.
1d6 is 5.
Place is just unnerving.
This place is evil. You guys are rolling very low.
Three
I mean,
nat
uh, thankfully, I'm used to this kind of evil, but even then, it's just draining. Like,
Anyway, I have to go.
doesn't help the muttering of Ezekiel.
I have to take
Don't,
off.
don't worry, Ezekiel. I heard your brother just now in the background. I'm probably going to end soon because I think Addis needs to go to university soon.
Yeah,
Right, Addis?
just tag Ezekiel's like XP. I'll sort him up later, and I'll
Yeah,
put him
sure.
up. I'll play with him whenever like
Do you want me?
free on a Tuesday.
Do you want me to?
No, don't end the record. Don't end the record.
Oh, because I have to go to the
Okay.
gym soon
Yeah.
at 3:45.
Oh yeah. Everybody need to leave. Okay, I
Yeah.
think starting next week. I
Mhm.
think starting next week, I think we should start at 8:30 because I realized